I got to go take an hour-long dump. Hold on a second. I'm going to be gone in the bathroom for a bit. We're the longest-running beer podcast in the Pacific Northwest. Why wouldn't they be listening to us?
So many different beers. I got you something really good and really delicious.
Oh my God.
You listen to the Brew Happy Show, so do I. Do it.
It's not about the beer. It's about the beer.
Oh yeah, that's Brew Happy.
Hello, thank you for tuning in to the Brew Happy Show. I'm the voice of beer, and this is our weekly podcast.
Monday again at the McPollanders.
Oh,
yeah, that's Brew Happy.
yeah, that's right. That's what's going on this week. We are, in fact, at the McPollanders guest house and tap room.
Mom and
And
Dad!
This is a very exclusive location that we are of the few folk that actually have access to this awesome place, and there are 10 wonderful taps. And of course,
I thought you were going to say 10 acres, and I was like,
10 acres.
really? Oh, my
No,
God.
no.
Where's it all hidden?
It's actually a very small place.
It is.
Right under
Uh,
here.
In North Portland, not far from where Brew Happy headquarters is. And yes, we are here, the whole crew. We have JP the champion back this week,
There we go. Look, I made it. It's outside.
and you look great.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
I
and
feel
then-
great.
Oh, I'm
That's
glad,
what matters.
I'm glad to hear it.
How's
And
the breathing? Is the breathing better?
Hey, everything's better.
There you go.
breathing is good. And then, of course, we have DJ Fitzmagic over here on the tunes.
Yeah, baby.
There
Yeah.
it is.
And we are also joined by the lovely and incomparable Green Goddess Botanic,
Hi, everybody.
adding green, wonderful planty pleasures.
Ladies love
That's
Brew
my
Happy.
pleasure.
To-
I'm the lucky one that gets to do that.
Yeah, to all the tap rooms here in the Portland area.
We're just at level 1 on Saturday.
That's true. Yeah, we
It's
were.
looking good out there right now.
Yeah, we were at level 3 this week, and as well as Ranch Pizza out in Beaverton. So we've been doing some refreshes and installs, and it's been a lot of fun.
I will say, again, and to reiterate from last week, Breakside Slabtown looks fantastic.
It
Thank
does.
you.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
It really does look great.
Yeah. Well, the plants during that golden hour when we were there was just
Oh,
That's pretty
glowing,
magical.
Glowing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And we do have some fantastic guests this week.
First time on the show. Never
re-
been on the show before.
returning guests, the McPollanders, Jeremy Landers and Jen McPolland. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
so good.
It's the only time that we're actually called guests in our own home. That's
It's true.
pretty cool.
that
I love
weird?
it.
It is a little
Welcome
weird.
to your patio. You've been out here before?
Yeah,
once or
it's
twice.
great.
Come here often?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you tried the
Frequently, yes.
You
beers?
guys like this place?
Try the beers.
beers aren't bad today.
We should come here more often.
Maybe
Yeah.
you should. Put a cot out here
I
in
mean,
the
as long as we're
gazebo.
not treating it like pedicures, yeah, we can stop by once
Yeah,
in a while.
you know, I have a hand-woven
Envy.
hammock from Brazil. I'll just string it up out here, and
Very
that can
interesting
be
segue.
that can be
Got
my
it.
my
there
spot.
you go.
Make sure that there's video of that because I'd love to see it collapse in on you. It's not that strong of a gazebo, man.
No, we
Also,
just
I would
string it from the
also,
fence.
I would also really love to see the raccoon come and take a nap with you.
Well, after it falls through the gazebo roof, yes.
Yes,
Right,
you're
right
gonna have to get
into
it-
Damien's lap.
Gonna have to get a picture of that and post
Oddly,
it. so.
it wouldn't be the first time I've slept with a raccoon.
That sounds right.
You know what? That's a different podcast.
What was her name?
Jesus.
It starts early at the McPollanders.
It's a holiday,
So
guys. It's a
Strangely,
holiday.
the raccoon's name was Fitz.
Exactly.
Oh.
I knew there was a name.
Well, Fitzy, but Fitz.
Close enough.
Okay.
Because she threw fits.
Just not even gonna ask.
Yeah, she was feral when
Because
we,
she was
when
enraged.
we first encountered her.
She was
Wow.
in heat, apparently.
Wow.
Had
That's
hurt
a lot
paw.
going on right there.
You got some raccoon genes in you, right? With the black and white on the
Yeah.
front there?
It's a little salt and pepper.
Yeah.
You should talk. We examined quite a few gray hairs on your scalp earlier
For some
today
reason
before the
you
show.
did, because
Yeah,
here's the
nobody's
thing.
counting.
No, first of all,
I don't know. I counted about 323.
It didn't
Wow.
change from literally 7 days ago. I
No?
just have a fucking hairstyle today that. You know what that is? Actually, I was in the sun all day yesterday and all day today, so.
You do look a little rosy.
It is a little peeking on the fucking forearms.
He's normally so practically iridescent.
I was
so.
very
Yes,
like a
that's right.
jar of mayonnaise.
You used to be translucent.
Now he's a
Just-
sriracha mayonnaise.
slightly pink.
Japanese.
Still not
mayonnaise?
tasteful.
Or
Yes,
maybe some
Japanese
fry
mayonnaise.
sauce.
Some other aioli.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the beers here at the McPolanders. There is quite a plethora of samplings on the table.
We do.
Yeah.
There are many things.
Let's.
There
I mean,
are.
not
I
necessarily what everyone
did take
has.
a picture of the menu.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
So I
I was gonna make Jeremy remember.
I have the
and then there's a
Tap 10, which is the 10-barrel One Chance Fancy German Pills.
And a little left over from She Brew.
Pretty tasty.
Yeah, it's absolutely lovely. Maybe made by the Lily Huffman.
Yes.
Lily Hoffman. Holzman.
Lily Holzman,
Holzman,
who
that's right.
formerly of 10 Barrel, now
Oh.
no longer.
Oh, where is she
has
now?
moved on.
Grand Fur.
Oh, of course.
She's with Grand Fur, with Whitney over there at Grand Fur. So.
Whitney poaching people from her
the
old
the
work.
old 10 Barrel laid her off, and Whitney scooped her up because 10
She's amazing.
that was foolish
Oh,
of
yeah.
them.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she is.
So kudos to that and a prost. Here you go. There's your prost.
Not to the layoff, just the success.
Oh,
yeah, of
shameless,
Indeed.
shameless plug here.
The bounce
Well,
back.
Lamb Week's doing a best of right now, so everybody needs to go on and vote for She Brew as best beer festival.
Yeah.
You got it.
To be
'Cause-
fair,
That's
What?
easy.
the other ones aren't.
I mean, there is another one in there that we love, but still,
It's
Hey,
not.
hey,
It's not quite the level though.
it's not the
Or-
it's not She Brew.
Some festivals are going down and other festivals are going up, and we're always on the up and up. And
That's right.
It's She Brew right
You
now.
guys are like the Jeffersons. You're on your way up.
Oh my goodness!
Moving
on
up.
I knew it. I knew we were gonna go into
To the
song.
Pearl side.
to the
Yeah,
the-
something.
West side,
south
the
south
west side,
no
South-
south
the
waterfront.
northwest side.
No wait, where are we going?
Southeast still.
Southeast
We're gonna
still,
be at
yeah.
we're
Southeast
the
side.
the plan is the current plan is to still stay at the Red because we can't find anything better. So we're
It's a
gonna
great
rent the
location.
parking lot and put up a tent.
Okay.
It's gonna cost a
Yeah.
fucking fortune.
But you know what's
what are you gonna do?
but You just do it.
Yeah, we do
Just
what you
do
do.
So let's talk
Anyway.
about the beers that are in the glasses that we are drinking. You said number 10 was a 10-barrel German Pils,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and your phone got put down, so you can't tell us what number 9 is.
I can.
That's why I asked you.
Are we gonna go through all the?
I didn't know you were talking to
all
me.
that
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
said I have a picture.
Yes.
I went great.
That's
McPollanders as Guardian Sip Kvike.
Oh yes, that's been on for a little while. It's changed
Has it?
a little bit.
Is
A bit
it-
lit.
is
It's
it-
changed a bit lit.
It's a little
Just a
less
bit.
Loki and a little more Thor.
Yes, for
yes.
Oh wow.
sure. Or
You're
vice
welcome.
versa, actually. I
It's
believe.
chilled out. I think it's chilled
It
out.
was a trickster, and now it's very strong.
I think it's the other way around.
Okay,
The
so
other way
now
around,
it's
yeah.
like
Mhm.
dead Asgardian Odin. Got
Yes.
it. Okay.
There we go. There it is.
The problem is
As long as it's not odious.
it's not.
no,
It's not easy to brew 3 gallons. Okay, some people. I mean, we actually have been really busy, and we haven't had any parties yet, so that's why it's still in
We
town.
haven't been doing anything. We've just been sitting around watching TV for
Yep,
weeks.
haven't done anything at all in these past few months.
Aw, you
At
guys
all.
have done
Didn't go to
things.
Astoria 2 days ago.
We're
No,
gonna- we're
Right,
didn't
that's
go to
point.
Japan or any place like
we're-
that. Who knows?
We're gonna talk about
We're
that
gonna talk
after
about
the break.
We're gonna get to that.
But anyway, we're back to the beers on tap.
Yeah.
What was on? Oh yeah, 9 was
Asgardian,
Asgardian.
yep.
Yeah.
We can get into that in a minute.
And then what else? What else?
Well,
I'm drinking number 4. I think it's the straightaway spritz.
yes.
Yeah.
Last word.
This is delicious
This is tasty.
and very potent.
Yes.
I shall
You
say.
gotta watch.
I have a very big glass of it over here.
Good for you.
Great.
It kind of
wondering about
reminds
that.
me
we know
of
who's driving home.
like a tea, like a boozy tea.
yeah, it's got our oh my god, words are hard today. It's kind of our take on a chartreuse, so it's an alpine. So it's got like spearmint, and it's got
Really
it's,
good.
I can see the tea action going on. It's also got some lime and some cherry,
Yum.
Yum yum yum.
And it's
sparkling Pinot.
it's a rare bird. It's a dying out.
It's being
because
reformulated.
It's being reformulated.
So instead of 13%, when the reformulation's done, it'll only be 8%.
Boo.
Oh.
No, then you can have more than one without getting trashed.
Yeah.
Yay.
But the problem is in what we find a lot, and you guys will can attest to this, is sometimes when you don't change anything but what you want the alcohol content to be, the flavor changes.
That's true. But we
Yeah.
spent months and months reformulating,
But that's
so they're
but,
delicious.
right. So you've done a good job. Okay. Anyway, I'm having number 7.
Are you sure?
Number 7 was a 10-barrel atomic
Oh, yes.
confetti cannon hazy IPA with pineapple, guava, and hemp terpenes.
The
Thank you,
terpenes.
Tanya Cornett.
Yeah.
Ba 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 bow.
Yeah.
She is the badass bitch of 10 Barrel.
Here she is.
I was just talking to Jeremy about her success at World Beer Cup and just even not just then but always, because she is just so astounding as a brewer, and we need more of her if she wants to duplicate herself, or she just train more people like her to be as badass.
Smart, like quick to talk to you about anything.
She's so
She'll just she's
and
great.
witty.
Good person.
Super.
Oh, yeah.
And a nice
super
person.
witty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, very very giving over time. What else is on the table being had?
Oh, wait, I have tap number 15, the new three-way by Fort George.
15.
Yes,
What?
it's fantastic. It's a West Coast IPA
There's no 15.
with Ghost Town and Brew House. Yes.
So you brought it yourself. Got it.
Tap 15.
Tap
That's what he
15.
wishes
John's
was
just
there.
adding taps to the walk-in now.
I
just installed 2 more
I've had like 6 of those over the last 6 days.
That's
or
what you were
3
doing over
days.
there.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's right. We're actually having a Gold Dot cold IPA,
Yeah.
which is not on tap. We're drinking that out of
You're
the
drinking
can.
it.
Oh, okay.
It's the Staggers and Jags Cold Out IPA.
What'd you call me?
Delicious.
Staggers and Jags, none
Jags.
colder.
We called you a jag.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jag
But
off.
you can have some if you wish.
I had that on tap at a final draft.
It's delightful.
It is.
Sue is having the blackberry pie cider from Swift.
Thank you, Mo.
I
Yes,
did also
thank you,
start
Bob.
with that. It's delicious.
I am very interested in that. I'm gonna have to try
It's
that out
really
later.
it's very well balanced.
Oh, yeah?
I find a lot of the stuff that Swift does to be slightly drier than I would
Oh.
prefer.
Oh,
Well,
Really?
He likes
your
the
humor's
sweets.
pretty dry.
well, because of the way that they do their fermentation. They have open fermentation over at Swift, and so it's
Yeah.
done in a barn, and sometimes just different things kind of get in there, and
Wait, what
if
are you saying?
If Mo
Like a
had her way
frog?
about it, more things would be dry because she
it's true.
prefers dry,
Right.
as opposed to a lot of the sweet stuff that
Swift does
that
do
she
sweet
puts
stuff,
out.
but
yeah.
I'm saying like I have found a lot of this stuff to be dry. The one of my favorite ones, and actually it worked out really well, was the pineapple hopped cider.
Oh yeah, that was delicious.
And I was like, okay, well, this is
Yeah,
the
that was
perfect
good. That
marriage
was
of
really good.
sweet and hoppy and tart and dry and everything was great. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was so good. I think
Actually,
that's
I had the rye IPA.
Oh, you okay?
Number
That's on number
6.
That's
6.
number 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Six,
so
yeah.
why does number 6 say 6-ish at the end of it?
Oh,
That's the ABV. It's 6-ish.
Oh,
Should-
6
it should be 6.8.
I gotcha.
well, I told her to walk back in. I said she wrote 6-ish, and then I was like, but maybe 7.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I'm like,
Ish.
Ish.
were you just not sure which one
Yeah.
it was on?
No, we just couldn't remember the ABV, and I was too
Just put
impatient to wait for him to look it
666
up.
is always
Yeah.
a good number if you don't
Yeah.
know.
Okay.
So it's 6-ish, you know,
6-ish.
Yeah.
somewhere in the
And-
6 range.
And as a matter of fact, I'm my worst critic. I wasn't high up on that. You know, the
Wait,
rye
you,
IPA.
you weren't high enough on that?
No, of course not. No, I'm
Not
going to
that
make a different
Wednesday.
recipe.
Not that way.
Not that Wednesday. It's not a great recipe. I'm going to reformulate it. so.
Okay.
Well, maybe we'll just have to come over and help you do that.
I think you will.
Yeah.
So since I got you guys here, I had a little conversation with Ben last week.
Are we taking a break?
We are gonna in
Okay,
this
just wanna
just
make sure.
second,
Okay.
Un
but
momento.
I didn't know what. I'm sorry. All right.
yeah. Let me host.
Timekeeper over here.
So, I would like to do a blonde beer with you guys. What,
A
what's
bleached
your
blonde
schedule?
or a natural blonde?
No.
From
I
the
have
box.
I have a redhead for that. But I'd like to do a blonde.
I will say real quick
What-
before
what do
we
you-
go any
what-
further, I'm going to interrupt you. Bronwyn with her curls, Vera Farrah Fawcett, if she went blonde, you'd kill it.
Oh.
Well, I'm like
oh,
a
she
natural.
already kills it. Though.
But you, I mean,
Strawberry
that would,
blonde.
but right, you know what I mean? Like just
Oh,
with your
yeah.
curls, the
Well,
big
thanks.
Farrah Fawcett,
Oh.
it would be,
Oh, yeah.
be something else.
Blonde with
Hells yeah.
red roots?
Yeah.
maybe.
Anyway, Anyway,
Anyway, so-
sorry. We've gone.
Is everybody having an ADD moment? I'm trying
Maybe.
I'm trying to cook up a beer recipe with the brewers over here.
Okay.
Okay,
here we
so
go.
are we gonna do an oatmeal blonde?
No, it's-
No.
As long as you can use the little blueberries, it'll be fine.
but yeah, I just wanted to see what was your brew schedule looking like for unforeseeable future. Maybe we can pick a weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. But quick question: are you saying that you would want to get Ben over here to brew with us?
No,
or
no,
was
we
it
brought
just
it
he
up to
reminded
him.
you?
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
we were
yeah,
just
yeah.
chatting with him
Okay.
last week.
And
haven't
then
heard
you were
that
like, I
episode
want to
yet.
do
And
a
I was like,
blonde.
well-
God
Now,
damn it.
you'd
Of
have
these-
to kidnap him.
Yeah, I was like, of
Yeah.
these beers that I would be interested in making, what do you think would be the easiest one to start out with?
Um,
And we landed on the blonde.
That's true.
I've grown to love blondes. Actually, it's I used to be like, it's got to be like
Jesus,
nice,
John.
light, fluffy. And if it's not, then I don't want it. But
You know what my favorite blonde is right now? The Laura Palmer from Wayfinder.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
yeah.
that thing is
I
awesome.
cannot stop drinking it. I've literally walked to New Seasons multiple times to pick up additional 4 packs.
It's the only
It's so good.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's the only place we can find it right now.
Oh,
Weird.
wow. Oh wow! I
Not
can't
even
wait to
at
try it.
Wayfinder?
Well, no, Wayfinder has
Okay,
it.
I
but
was
we
gonna
don't
say,
have
okay.
that
All the way to
down here.
Wayfinder.
Yeah, that's fair.
It would be.
Go to New Season.
It's so good. You must try it.
Thank you for the
Oh, I'm glad
suggestion.
Do it now.
I would like to make a blonde.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet.
I'd call it Stormy.
Well, we'll
Oh, thank
Oh.
you.
we'll talk and give the
Yeah.
audience
That's a
Peanut
great
gallery
idea.
pipes in real
updates.
quick
Yeah,
here.
maybe. Yeah, I'm not doing a less turbulent blonde.
Fair, fair. Yes.
Thanks.
I don't know if you
you
know
could
what that
call-
is.
If you could
I
call
don't.
it that, that would be great.
Yes.
Less turbulent.
turbulent.
blonde.
Actually, that's a
Blonde.
great name.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got that far with it.
Yeah,
Now
no,
let's
we should-
come up with
And
the
that's
recipe.
how names come up.
I think we
That's
should.
right.
We should definitely talk to Ben about that.
Now,
Say,
I
hey,
told
what-
you
what
guys
kind of,
after the fact, and we talked about it on the
Yep.
show. But now I'm going to tell you now that so the audience can hear it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Ben has exclaimed he's never been here, and
Oh,
He's
yeah.
His own
been
fault.
invited
I was going to say I
1,000
was
invited
times.
going to
so
put him
many
in the shit
times.
house. I'll let you do that.
He's very
He knows
upset.
it.
And I said, well, Ben, here it is. The next time, not this time, obviously because we're here now.
Yeah.
The next time we're at Jen and Jeremy's, we'll open invitation. He goes, I would love to.
Oh, that'd be
Love it.
fantastic.
Cool.
That's
And-
next week.
No, no.
Why not?
It will be
How
our first.
fun.
It'll be our first ever
And we're
5-hour
back.
show
Right.
and live stream. But
you
you
might
know,
want to
yeah.
start it a little early.
The week after that.
But that will be probably one of the most fun shows because then
Mhm.
Ben isn't having to host, and Ben can just be like
Chill.
hang out,
Yeah.
have a beer,
And
Be
drink
part
a
of
lot
just
of
part of the
scotch.
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ben on
He
Scotch.
can be a
Can you
supporting
imagine?
character
Scotch.
instead
Yeah,
of a
get it.
lead act.
He looks
Yeah.
like he would like scotch.
I could see it.
Doesn't he?
Probably not Petey though.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Oh.
Or
Bring in
maybe.
Oloroso beer.
Difficult.
We're gonna talk about
What
it.
about the rum?
But
Little
yeah,
bit of the
that's-
room.
the room.
The room.
Been looking forward to him finally coming over. It only took a podcast to get him over.
Yeah, seriously. He's
Yeah.
been invited to
Gosh.
every
The
Sunday
longest
Yeah.
party
running
we've
beer
ever
throwing
been
podcast
you-
in the Pacific Northwest.
Throwing you
He's
under
a-
the bus, Ben.
He's a busy guy.
Okay.
He is, and you
You're
know
welcome.
Got a lot going
we
on.
love
Thank you.
the new Bayside West Coast IPA. It's fantastic. He's got 6 locations he's trying to just kind of juggle. So yeah, he's the
He's got some shit going on.
He's
He's
got
a
6
busy guy.
locations now.
yeah
6, yeah.
He's a busy guy.
newest one out in Astoria.
We were there on Friday night.
Yeah, fun stuff. Well, let's take a break and let's get into your adventures in Beerly travels.
Yeah, before we do that, we just want to thank our listeners for tuning in this week as well as any other week. This weekly show is brought to you in part by Lazy Days Brewing and Paul Cigars, two of our wonderful sponsors that donate on Patreon. And you, too, can be a part of that as well. For as little as $1, you can help us keep the place hosted and the podcast rolling out each week. For $5 or more, we kind of interact with you a little bit, and we give you little mementos from our adventures and invite you to shows. And you, yourself, Patreon listener, could even wind up hosting the Brew Happy podcast yourself. That's right. We do have a thanks podcast coming up in a couple of months, and so we'll update you a little bit more about when and where that is going to be. We do appreciate those who donate on a 25 or more level. That really definitely helps make the bar tab smaller and helps us replace equipment, valuable equipment that we need. I think we're looking at some headphone splitters and some cables this time around. So yeah, we do appreciate you, and we are wherever podcasts can be found. We have some messages from our friends in the beer industry. We'll be right back with Jen and Jeremy here at the McPolander's Tap Room.
This is Lee Hedgeman, and you're listening to The Brew Happy Show.
Beer mongers. Where in this urban jungle can I find a decent craft beer?
Look, what's that off in the distance?
Distance? What distance? We're so conveniently located at Southeast 11th Avenue.
Beer
Mongers, bottle shop and tap room. Oh no, what's that?
Don't worry, that's just Damien rooting around in our extensive selection.
So many different beers!
Beer Mongers, bottle shop and tap room.
For more information, visit thebeermongers.com or check out our social media.
This is Warren Wills of craftbeerscribe.com, and you're listening to The Brew Happy Show.
John, I need more beer.
Oh my God.
Yes. We are the Brew Happy Show. Thank you for listening to the longest running beer
make very
podcast here
odd
in the Pacific Northwest. We do this show for you. We do Mondays the right way because we love craft beer. We love drinking it. We love talking about it. We love sharing it with our friends. Some of those friends make the beer. Some of those friends just drink the beer. It doesn't really matter, but what you do is you just keep listening to the Brew Happy Show. And that is the end of my little rhyme.
Most of all, we love the people in the industry.
There's
And,
there's some good ones.
yeah, we celebrate
To be fair,
the community and local business.
To be fair, we are going to take this opportunity to celebrate the good ones and the lost ones over the
Oh,
weekend.
is this about Art Lawrence?
Art Lawrence, our good friend and man of Oregon Beer Festival, passed away at the age of 80. And we miss you, Art, and your gift to the beer world. So
Yeah, that was
Art.
That was some tough news. Art Lawrence is a legend in the beer community, and
Yeah.
he started Raccoon Lodge out there in
Cascade, yeah.
the Cascade Tap House.
One of the 7 founding
Canyon
fathers
Road.
of the
Drive by it every
Portland
Thursday.
brewer scene.
Yeah,
The man. He's a legend, and he's done so much for. I mean, you guys know the Oregon Brewers Guild and just craft beer in general, and
Yeah, Oregon Brew Crew actually received quite a bit of money from OBF and Art because he brought the Brew Crew in and they volunteered to pour beers and gave them a free spot to brew beer and kind of just represent home brewing. He wanted to make sure that home brewing was represented as much as professional brewing was represented. So
yeah,
yeah,
he was a
he-
really
he
big
did a
part
lot.
of that. He was very when we what was it 2019? I think we did a really great episode with him.
Yeah.
Out there at Cascade Lodge. I think it was in September or October.
we got to sit downstairs right off the brew deck and just have this
yeah.
really cool conversation.
He was
about-
wearing a red shirt, and I think we filmed that one, so it might be on YouTube.
Yeah,
We'll have to go back and
Yeah.
double check that.
Yeah.
but he will be sorely missed in his contributions and his, I think, just passion and love for beer.
Yeah, it was a really great episode. But
It was. I turned it on yesterday, actually, after I saw
that, yeah.
the post. And it's episode 179, and you can hear
That's
him.
forever ago.
You can hear his voice. It will be forever,
Mhm.
there for us to remember him.
There you go.
Yeah, he
To
said
Art,
he said
cheers.
a lot of really touching
Cheers.
and moving things, and now they mean even more than ever. Hearing those words again.
And on that note, we move to more beer with you guys, because you guys have been traveling around the world having beer. It's been about 3 weeks since you returned and physically rejuvenated yourself
Yeah.
from hours of trip and jet lag.
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Let's talk about Japan.
Japan, love.
And that's it. Thanks for listening about
was great.
Japan. Yeah.
It was so good. No,
She said Japan.
it's great. 2 weeks in Japan.
You want to go
Yeah.
again? I know you do.
We want to go again right away. There was a million different highlights. For those of you who don't know it, there is a PDX tap room in Tokyo.
Oh yes, I'm aware.
And it was fucking cool. And it was just as tiny as everybody said it would be.
Shibuya.
All the beers and ciders were from Portland. And it was totally decked out. It
First
had
time
like
using
the
the camera?
Keep Portland Weird banner on the wall. And like
Oh, fun.
it was really, really cool. And they have 2 guest books where people from all over have
That's
like
cool.
written delightful little messages. in the book.
We
but
were able to catch, like, I saw Christine Walters had even signed up.
From
Yeah.
Bauman's?
From Bauman's.
Wow.
Who else did we see in there?
I don't even remember. There were
Red,
so
we
many
saw
people.
some other- yeah,
Obviously
there was all
Red,
kinds
yeah.
of luminaries in there. So
Red, who helps run Fuji to Hood,
We love Red.
was so wonderful. We went out for beers with him a couple times before we went,
Yeah,
so
I
he could
saw
give us
that
kind of
you'd run into
all
him.
the little bits and pieces. But I mean, we did Tokyo Disney, we did Tokyo Disney
God,
Sea,
yeah,
we
yeah.
did Team Lab Planets, which is like this immersive art installation, which
Beautiful.
was fucking
Man, oh,
incredible.
man.
that was
We
yeah.
got to ride
That's
bullet
great.
trains, and we got to go to a really fucking cool ass beer tour or brewery tour,
Oh,
Mhm.
wow.
which was 99% in Japanese.
Yeah, she. As a matter of fact, Bronwyn's
Yeah,
got
drinking out of
one
the
of the
glass.
glasses that we got, and
Asahi
that
Beer
came
Museum.
From the Asahi Beer Museum, and they took us on this tour, showed us all their technology. Okay, so when you go to like a professional like macro brewery, you know, they show you all
Yeah.
their stuff. They're extremely humble about it,
Mm.
Wow.
and they're showing you every single bit and piece, and they're very, It's kind of hard to describe because I felt as though I was like on a ride, but I wasn't on a ride.
Well, no, I mean there were rides. There was like a virtual reality
there was that
aspect
one.
to
That
it.
was
What?
Like with
Yep.
each, like they take you through like ingredients, and then they take you through like mashing and
And now
fermentation.
you're yeast.
and during one
You're a
part of it,
can.
like literally they have you in VR goggles, and they
Yeah,
take you,
that's right.
and there's a ride at the end. It's crazy.
We gotta go, honey.
Yeah.
It was
we're
super
doing this.
cool.
Unfortunately, you can't get Asahi seemingly anywhere in Portland.
Well,
or
we haven't looked that hard.
we haven't
yet.
looked that hard, but
Asahi Super Dry is very
yeah.
good.
Okay.
but yeah, no, we went. I mean, whenever I talk about it, I'll go on and on and on. That's why I'm not really saying all that much. Japan is amazing. The people are amazing. The food is amazing.
It's
the
super
experiences
cheap
are
right
amazing.
now.
How
Yeah.
do we get Asahi beer
Mother
here?
of God. Well, it is here. We just need to figure it
I
out.
feel like I've had it before.
Might be. Yeah.
You have, we were talking to somebody that was saying that it was more readily available before than it is now.
I
But
can
what?
almost see the logo.
Oh
What are
my
you
god!
drinking?
I just tried the spritz.
Oh, you like that?
Now you know what heaven I'm existing in over
Holy
here.
shit.
Oh, it's good. So good.
And I get the tea.
Damien,
It's very
right?
herbal.
Thank you.
It's
Yeah.
very herbal forward.
It is herbaceous.
Got a little spritz in your mouth.
Mm-hmm. It's mine and mine alone. Yeah, that's really good. Good
So yeah,
job. Good
we
job.
drank a little sake. We had some good cocktails. We had some awful cocktails. We got to stay in some really kick-ass
Straight away,
places.
straight away.
We rode so many freaking trains, and the first 2 days,
Oh,
like we
yeah.
kept getting on the wrong trains, which was hilarious.
Going the wrong fucking way. in
Well, you know what?
Japan,
It
that's
worked out
fucking
because
great.
the second time we took the train going in the wrong direction, Jeremy's like, we're standing on the platform, and Jeremy's trying to figure out what fucking train we're supposed to be on. And I
Yeah.
was like, I wonder if there's a brewery here close by.
Or
And
she took us. She took us to it. Which one was it?
Himcook.
It was not him.
Or no, I'm sorry. Hitachino.
Hitachino.
And fun
They do
fact,
the nest beer.
Hitachino
Yeah.
also has. They have great little. It's the Japanese beer with a little owl on the
Oh,
label.
yeah.
You'd recognize it. In fact, we've got one on the side of the fridge.
Yeah.
But they also distill now too. So we went in, and
Oh.
that was one of our first days where we
nice.
realized they
Yeah.
really don't speak English over there.
No,
Yeah.
no, no.
And
no.
Google Translate is magic.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Everyone is super, super nice, but yeah, they're
They're very
taught
patient.
English, but they don't use it,
No.
so they don't like.
It's not necessary.
It's not a thing. Yeah.
No.
No,
Because
there's a-
the majority of the people who live there are the people who live there, not tourists.
yeah.
Not people coming. I mean,
Although right
Yeah.
now, because the yen is in such a terrible spot, and it is like, we would go out for a really awesome sushi dinner with beers, and it'd be like $35. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But there's the tourism is at an all-time high right now because it is really
So
inexpensive to
friggin'
go.
cheap.
Yep.
Yeah.
that'll
Yeah.
change in 6 months.
All right.
Right.
It might. It
Let's
might.
hope
Might,
not.
might.
I mean, for them,
well,
I hope
no,
so.
I hope so for them, but
For
for,
them,
you, like, I
Fair
don't want to
respect.
have the same meal in 6 months and go $90. The fuck
Yeah.
is this?
Yeah.
This is half a ramen noodle.
But as far as beer and breweries were concerned,
I was gonna
beside-
say it's gotta be fun.
Okay,
It was
so
fun.
beside Asahi, which was like one of the only places that we could find,
Mhm.
Jen, we lucked upon this place. Was it like right down the street from the Asahi Brewery?
Which one?
We didn't have to go too far. The small one.
Oh, right in the middle of a neighborhood. We were
Yeah.
wandering so far into a neighborhood that I was like, "Is this
Pretty
here?
sure.
Are we gonna find this place?"
I was like, honey,
but it
are you
literally
sure
was
about
like
this?
right in the middle of a neighborhood, and then all of a sudden I was like, "Oh, look, there's a little banner for it that we're here."
Yeah, and I can't remember the name of it,
Yeah, I
but
just
it
can't- I
was
can't remember what it is
small, and they had like
The beers
I
were
wanna say
really
they had
good,
like 6 taps.
and that was when you ate the cat food.
I did not. It was not cat. Oh my god. It was not cat
Well,
food.
tell that story real
It was
quick.
dried
about
Well,
raw?
what
I
the
love
fuck
raw.
was it?
It was called Gamo 4
It was
Brewery.
yeah,
but,
Gamma 4 Brewery.
Gamo 4
But it was
Brewery.
freeze dried
I'm looking for it right now.
stingray.
Yeah, it was stingray. That's what it was.
And
yeah,
it-
stingray wings.
I had a piece of it, and I was like, "This is what I imagine the cat's treats taste like."
It was basically stingray jerky, and it was lovely.
Yeah.
It was really, really tasty.
I was like, now I'm saying Olive would love this.
Yeah.
I'm taking this home.
Such a good snack for the cat.
Wrap it up.
Oh my
Wrap it up.
God, whatever.
Throwing it in the suitcase.
Grilled stingray fin.
Here's
It was-
Jeremy going. Nom, 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 nom.
Oh yeah, he loved
Yeah,
it. He
I
ate it up.
loved it.
Speaking of that, though, like if you've ever had sea urchin here, it's fucking disgusting. But over
Here.
there, it's delicious.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I
Yeah.
wouldn't have even tried it over there, even though Jeremy had it a couple times. He was like, "No, it's really good." And I was like, "Fuck that! I'm
Ca-
not eating that shit."
California has. I've had sea urchin in California.
Mm. Yeah, if it's fresh. And the last really nice, we did go to a really nice sushi restaurant where it was just like
Sorry,
a
that's just
sampling
for
menu. You
Damien.
didn't get to pick,
Okay.
and it was just the chef would just give you what he gave you. So
I'm
at that
a
point, you
fucko.
can't say no. So when the uni got put in front of me, I was like, "Oh, I guess I'm eating it now." And
Yeah.
it was
Was that the
freaking
train?
delicious. Yeah.
Was that the train line for this train?
No.
I'm gonna fuck you.
I think it might have been
That's
one of the
Imafuku.
lines. Imafuku.
I'm gonna fuck you.
Oh God.
No,
yeah.
you're not.
Anyway.
Anyway.
No. So yeah, that was good.
So many random
to hit
things.
that little brewery, but I'll
Which
be
is
honest, it was
fun.
hard
Yeah,
to find them.
That's fun.
And it was very, very difficult to find anything other than like macro breweries in the stores.
So
Yeah.
the thing that I wanted to ask you about when and very like seriously was, you guys have traveled in different countries,
Yeah.
legitimately different countries, and recently you guys have talked about the brewing scene in like the Caribbean kind of islands, Belize, things like that. What is the difference? What's the expansive changes you see in the brewing scenes? Because there's still beer in both, but it's different.
Well, okay, comparing Belize to Japan is a little. That's a little difficult. Because honestly, there were
But
at
like
the time
beer
that-
around the world, kind of a
Right,
thing.
right, right. When we the
Everybody's
last
got their light lager.
Yeah, everybody's got their light lager. The last time we visited
good.
Belize,
Yeah.
there were only 2 licenses given to breweries. So,
Yeah.
but Japan has many,
Lots
many
and lots and lots.
like nano brewers. The
Oh,
only
wow.
problem is that you have to seek them out,
Mhm.
and they don't get wide distribution. As a
No.
matter of fact,
Mhm.
the last day we were in Tokyo,
Mhm.
we were staying. Gosh, what was the name of that place? It was an amazing hotel. But anyway, we
I
went
can't
down
remember.
the street to this one. It's like the Japanese version of Macy's or Nordstrom. I can't remember, but
Only
even better.
in the basement.
the
It felt like
basement.
the basement was a whole other like mall or department store. It was just like
it was all like
counter
knickknacks
after
and-
you think of like jewelry counters or cosmetics counters. Only each one was like this one was desserts and this one was like knickknacks and this one and then
Yeah,
you'd
like
walk over
highbrow
in the
stuff
corner about the
all over
size
the
of
place.
the gazebo. It'd be like, oh, this is a liquor store with a
Mm-hmm.
bar and this is a beer store with a beer tasting happening
Mm-hmm.
and over here is like sushi. It just and it was this massive like basement that felt like a mall and a department store and
A
something
nice
else
department
all
store.
together. It was
It
crazy.
sounds like
But-
it sounds like the literal reality of virtually going on Google, going, what shops can I look at?
right, yeah.
Wow.
You're
Yeah.
going, oh, hold on, let me just go to this next page. Oh, ice cream. Oh, I do want froyo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
yeah.
whole point of us
Totally.
going to this basement place, and I think the
to find
place
that
was
beer place that you found.
ICETA. Wait, ISETAN, Isetan, I believe it was the name of the place. Anyway,
Yeah, sure.
we went down and over, and I can't even remember the name of the beer bar, but they had, I want to say, 8 taps or something, and then they had this spot like tucked away in what you could only consider like a walk-in closet, and they had a couple of display cases. And I shit thee not, there was everything from Breakside to Wayfinder to Hitachino to like they consolidated like a world of beer in this one little room, including a lot of local stuff. So I was like, we found the right place. We didn't even have time
We
to
did not.
try like more than like the 4 samples that we had. And you're getting to it. I'm trying to kill
Yeah,
time.
keep going.
So we
I'm not-
came
I'm
back
not gonna
out,
get there.
and I can't remember the name of the brewery, but there was this lady behind the bar, and she was serving. She had a mask on, so we couldn't really tell who she was. We wouldn't have known anyway. But she was serving the beers, and we were saying, "So is it just these beers on tap right now?" And she's like, "Yes, it's just from one brewery." And we ultimately found out, "Oh, wait, you're the brewer. You're the owner of this brewery who's
The
been brewing-
brewmaster.
You're the brewmaster, and you've been brewing this beer for what was it, 24, 26 years?
Yep.
and she was
Wow.
sampling
Harvest
out, right?
Moon is the
Harvest
brewery.
Moon. And it's Tomoko?
Tomoko, yeah.
Yeah.
And we started talking to her, and then we got a picture with her, and then I mentioned Red, and I was like, "Oh, you probably know Red." She was like, "Yes." And then she wanted to take a selfie with us.
Oh, yes. And then she's
Her
like,
and it was just so random that she was there serving her beer.
Wow.
And she comes and does Hood to Coast. In fact, she had hibiscus that she sent. She'd gone to CDC or CBC, and she'd given the hibiscus to Natalie
Wow.
We're like,
to
we
take
know
to
Natalie. We
Christine,
brewed with her.
because her and Christine are doing a collaboration for the next Fuji to Hood.
Oh my God.
And it was totally random that we ended up at that beer bar.
yeah, it was the right place, right time situation.
But Harvest
So
Moon, the beers were
awesome.
delicious.
Yeah, Harvest Moon.
Well, it's probably really great to have that sense, that feeling, being so far away from home, different time zone in a different world with a different language, and then you have this experience that kind of grounds you and brings you
That
home.
community
That was
is
literally
a
the last
worldwide
day. That's
kind of
amazing.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We felt the same. I was like, oh, we recognize you through beer, and
Yeah.
it was that feeling. Yeah, it's exactly right. Yeah,
The universal language.
Yeah.
it is.
It's true.
So
Gotta love beer.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was in the last day and the last few hours too. We got like
Wow.
really fortunate.
Yeah, because we didn't fly out until 9:30 Saturday night, so we had all day Saturday to fuck around for one more day.
Nice. What was your favorite spot?
Oh Jesus!
Oh, that's a hard one.
I have no idea.
Favorite spot. Well, here's the problem. We planned to do nothing, but we knew that we were going to go to Tokyo and Osaka and Kyoto. I honestly would probably have to say Tokyo because there was so
out
much.
of the three, yeah, I would say Tokyo.
Yeah. It wasn't in one
although,
spot.
I don't know. I mean, Osaka was so great too. We did a half-day tour with a local
Oh.
in Osaka. It was just a walking tour, so he just walked us all over the place and told us
Okay.
all about the city and whatnot, and that was super cool too. It's always fun to hang out with a local.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was really impassioned. He let us know. We were like, hey, we're open to your culture, so just show us anything, And he's like, well, let me show you where we have the street where we basically Americanized these shops, and I'm thinking to myself, why is he showing us this, right? And he basically showed us into a place that could not be terribly far out of any other given random
Yeah.
place that would be in America, but
Yeah.
like you got your souvenir shop over here, but then you've got your vintage shop over here, and you've got your upcycled jeans shop over here. And I'm like,
Wow.
he explained that basically Japanese really love the American culture a lot. Not maybe Americans too,
Not
but
all of it, but I'm
but
sure. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
specifics.
Yeah.
Good
and
parts.
they wanted to pull that together and just kind of embrace that.
We have cool music and fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was
And
like,
beer.
yeah, and they love American beers when they can get it.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah. And he was talking about how they all want to come to America, but only 10% of Japanese have passports.
What?
Crazy.
10%.
Right?
It's a
10%.
very strict.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very strict over there.
Oh
Well,
my
and they
God.
just don't. They don't travel. Only like 25% of them travel at all. And
Business.
yeah. Yeah.
Business.
Yeah.
That's
It's
it.
crazy. I was just like, whoa. But he's like, you can ask any Japanese person if they want to go to the United States. And they're
100%.
like, yes.
Yeah.
They will all say yes.
Two things I will say. We've talked about Fuji to Hood. It's
Wow.
July 21st.
It's coming.
And
coming, yeah.
guess who's going?
Well, I would hope so.
This guy. Because I won't be working that day. I've already planned it.
You're going?
Right
I'm going.
on.
Yeah. So I've already got tickets.
We ran into Red last weekend in Astoria randomly at Obelisk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second thing is, and you were talking about it, because of culture, do you find that the majority of the people you would either run into or see or talk to were dressed more like they were liking our style, or were they? Cause
I was curious about fashion
they
too.
do generally have a very
Oh.
etiquette for the way the clothes they wear during the day, whether they're working or not. whether
Yeah,
they're-
well, the businessmen all look the same. They all had the same fucking shoes on. They all wore suits. Women dress very modestly, but I will tell you,
very modest.
they are way more stylish over there. Like
That's so cool.
you, like everybody, like the street style, everything is just so like everybody looks great.
There were a few people that were wearing like anime stuff and stuff like that. and
Very
that's
little of
what I
that
was-
though. Very little.
I think
Yeah, I was
don't-
looking for that.
I know this term kawaii, but I'm not
Yes.
sure if that's Japanese.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kawaii.
Yeah.
I think it's just like, people come over here and they think like Portland maybe, and they're like, oh, they're all drag queens. It's like, yes, we have some really flamboyant drag queens, but that's not like the majority
That's
of
an
people.
artistic part
And I think
of-
it's the
yeah.
same thing. That's kind of what I was thinking when we were over in Japan, because it's not like that. Like you see a little bit of that, but that's what gets the people's attention, because that's what's the most fun to look at and see and learn about.
Well, that's when
Yeah.
you have the street corner shops that are different from things to
Mm-hmm.
things, because there's. I think the other thing to think about is the physical landscape
Mm-hmm.
of Japan. The land mass itself is very small.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there is 6 million people who live on that.
14 million
14
just in
Just
Tokyo.
in Tokyo. Yeah.
Oh,
And there
so,
are only
in the
8 million
city,
people in New York City.
Tokyo.
14 million
Think
people
about
in the
that.
city of Tokyo.
So there you go. Great. And how tall are most of the buildings?
There's some tall buildings.
They're not
mean-
super tall.
But they're packed full of
They're very packed.
Oh, yeah.
people and business.
The
and
cities are packed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, whereas you would expect.
It's Times Square times 10.
Yeah, whereas you would expect, like, say, like, if you were to think, Portland, we're pretty spread out for what we are. We're a small town, like what, 3 million, 4 million
I don't even think
tops.
they have that many.
Less than
But
that.
because they have such a small amount of space, they will go vertical.
And
And
they
it's like,
pack 'em in
okay, if you
tight.
want to go to the Cat Cafe, you have to go to the 6th floor and get out. If
There
you
was a
wanna
lot of that, yeah.
Check out the Okonomiyaki, it's on the 4th floor, so you had to go up
Yeah,
or
the
down.
PDX tap room was on the second
Real
floor. It's
interesting.
like there's a lot of that.
Really, they really use their space well
Mm-hmm.
to do what they do.
Do you want to try and guess that number again?
How
For
many
the
people are in
Po-
Portland?
population of Portland, Oregon.
Population?
I think it's less
I
than a
would say
million.
1.3.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking of another. It's probably 650, 700.
I'm thinking 800.
635.
635. That's right. That's right. We're small.
We're itty bitty.
Seattle's 750.
Yeah.
What was I thinking?
Because there's
Three.
metro areas.
But you were
and
thinking
cities.
Oregon, maybe.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah, maybe.
No, this is what I was
Metro
thinking.
area too.
Yeah.
Right.
I was thinking how many visitors were
that's-
in
yeah.
in Tokyo in March.
Oh,
3
3 million.
Yeah, 3 million people visiting.
Just visiting.
Yeah. So there's the other. Here's the
Yeah.
other percent. So Portland, Oregon, 635,000 people live in Portland, Oregon. 4.2 in the entire state.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's 1.3. in the
Eugene,
metro
Corvallis.
Wow.
Eugene, Corvallis, or
area.
Salem.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The vast majority.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
Bend,
There's a
probably.
fair amount of Bend, but it's not near as heavily populated as Portland is.
We
Yeah.
speaking of, we want to talk about
The
perspective.
coast, yeah.
We went up to Tokyo Skytree, which I highly
Heard of it.
recommend.
It's the
Yeah.
tallest tower in the world currently.
Currently, at 672 meters, I think.
I thought the
it
one
might
in
have been
Dubai
50,
was.
I can't
I thought
remember.
the one in
No,
Dubai
it's
was.
No,
like a
currently
tower.
the
The
one in
Burj Khalifa.
yeah, it changes. That's
It
why they
changes. The
kept
next
saying
one's in-
currently.
Next
Got
one's in
it.
Vegas, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
There's towers, there's buildings, there's hotels. This is a tower. This is like independent,
Yeah, there's
um,
different.
like definitions.
Yeah, I
You-
got you,
it's-
got you.
Google it. But anyway,
Like the
so
Eiffel. Got it.
we're at the top, and we're looking out. I could maybe 672 is wrong. Maybe it was 472. Anyway,
No, it's
uh,
something.
Were you looking at the Bering Strait? I mean, how far?
dude, we were just.
You can't
we
see the
could-
end of the city.
You can't see the
You
end
can
of the
walk
city.
all the way around the tower, and you cannot see the end of the city.
And it's so spread out, and there are so
That's
few
amazing.
tall buildings.
Yeah.
So it gives you a really one hell of a perspective when you get up there.
Oh,
and
100%.
think,
Crazy
yeah.
town.
like there's like 13, 14 million people in the city alone. This city alone. You could just have that city be its own country.
Yep.
And there's so many different neighborhoods and different experiences and different food.
You know, and I think this is a funny or an interesting cultural thing for us as well, because when we look at the size of the United States, and we try and start fitting in European countries,
Yeah.
it takes a lot of them
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
because their European countries are. I mean, Ireland is goddamn small,
It's very small.
and it
In
still
comparison, yeah.
has a large population.
Right.
But the way they utilize, we take our land for granted.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yes,
In a big way.
So much space.
But so many different yards. So
2.2.
it's okay.
Places.
So but it's interesting. It is an interesting concept, and some of that is very culturally because and economically as at the same time. Hey, we have this island. What are we gonna do with it? The best we fucking can.
Yeah.
Because that's what we were given after the war.
Yeah.
And they started small, and then they prospered, and they figured, but because of the fact that there's such an intelligent culture, they figured, okay, we're going to continue, but we only have so much space, so let's be economical, let's be intelligent about how we create, and we need to care about each other so that we don't essentially step on each other. And I think that kind of this is an opinion. This is an opinion. I'm definitely not the
Such
kind of person who's-
consideration.
Yeah, everybody is concerned about each other, and that carries out into you could be there at 3 a.m. and feel safe. We never felt.
That's why they let
like,
small children run
unsafe.
around by themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Regularly on the subway, you'd see like a 9 or 10-year-old girl just get on the bus or get on the subway.
But you also
sit
know
down
why
with her
that
books
is?
and then
That's
go where
how
she
I
goes.
used to roll when I was a kid.
Oh
I
yeah, and it's still like that over
used
there.
to ride
yeah.
the bus and fly.
Yeah, you'd walk to the bus stop at 7 years old. Whatever.
Well, the
I was
other
like
thing,
6,
yeah,
going
the-
around all by myself.
The other thing
That
about
was
that
back
is
in
the
the
way that they have family structures. You know, like who lives in this house? Well, mom and dad and the child. Well, who lives in that house? Grandma. Okay, who lives in this house across town? Uncle. Who lives in this? Everybody's like got one floor, and everybody knows everybody because everybody's helping with food. Everybody's helping with laundry.
Well, it really does go beyond that though, because
it's-
like out in the community, like
everybody knows everybody.
and it is so crazy safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everybody is concerned about
Right.
everyone else.
I feel like I remember a story where someone was out partying late at night. Maybe it was Tomas.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, we
sounds
saw
right.
people just like passed out because they party really hard there. They like drink really hard, I guess. And
Yeah.
so you find people passed out on the train platform and all of their stuff is there, but
Nobody
no one's
messes with
messing
it.
with
Yeah.
them. No one's robbing them. But I think that has to do with, we're an individualist society here in the U.S. and most other countries are collective. They care about the collective.
Yeah.
They care about their community, and
Yeah.
it's just like a fundamental difference, which I
Totally.
think is
It's in the culture.
amazing.
It's built
Yeah.
in.
A lot to do with the space that we have because people
Spread out, yeah.
they
Mhm.
spread out.
Mm-hmm.
So and I just looked this up because I was very curious about this, and here's and I don't know the exact number, but I'm sure it's less than what, or it's not quite what it's saying. I looked up the world population's view on murder,
Oh yeah.
and in the United States we're about 20,000 people a year,
Mm-hmm.
and Japan's not even lit with a color,
Yep.
so it's 0 less.
Yeah.
It's extremely unheard of for a murder to happen
Yep.
in Japan, and when
Very
it does happen,
unusual.
everybody knows about it. Everybody hears about it.
It's just that would be rude.
What freaked me.
What are they, Canada?
out.
Eh?
Yeah.
There's more. You know what? There's more murders in Canada than there is in Japan.
Oh yeah, 100%.
What freaked me out is when I read that the what was his name? President Abe, the former president. Hold on, I'll let you try it. The former president was fucking assassinated, just like
Right.
randomly. But I mean, he didn't.
yeah.
He didn't necessarily need bodyguards around him or anything, but he certainly did at this one time because he must have pissed somebody off, and this guy came up and shot him. First off, how do you get a gun in Japan? And secondly,
It's fair.
what did this guy do to you that you would kill him?
You know, we
Well,
got
he
it
might have been
from
crazy, too.
North Korea.
Yeah,
It's
probably.
just- yeah. It's just sad.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
some. I'll bring some over the next time too.
But it is a fascinating.
lovely.
It is a
Yeah.
fascinating culture. Their
Oh, yeah.
their level of awareness towards one another. They have a huge respect for history, nostalgia, and the elderly.
Respect. It's respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although they're running,
the word.
they're running out of people.
Oh,
Our
yeah.
tour
Oh,
guide
this-
was talking to us about the fact that there are more elderly people in diapers than there are babies, and that they're not having enough children. And by 2060, they're going to be screwed
2060.
because they won't have enough young people for the workforce
Oh.
in Japan.
I've heard similar sentiments about our country too, though. I don't know any
Not,
facts.
not anywhere
but-
close. But their economy's sucking because of that. Their economy.
Microphone.
Oh, yep, there he
their
goes.
economy sucks because of that.
Oh, yeah, Mhm. absolutely.
You have to have new people to help the
Yeah.
economy because old people use up resources.
Yeah, it's a
Young
t-
people create resources.
Right.
Trifecta is the only way to say it, but there's like a trifecta of issues on their economy right now, which is why the dollar is so strong against the yen, and their economy is just really taking a hit right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, not talking about politics or anything like that.
The beer is really good.
Beer's
Yeah.
really good.
The food is phenomenal.
Wow.
Yes,
It's,
definitely go
What a
and
treat.
Highly, highly, highly
Check 'em
recommend.
out.
And we didn't even scratch the surface of all the crap we saw. I mean, I was even posting. I don't know if you guys saw. I posted every day or two. I would do a story too
Yes.
of just the random shit.
Well, yeah,
Man.
you would catch Jeremy looking at something. You're like, "Hey, bitch, I'm taking a picture," and then the next slide is, "Oh, hi, yeah, I'm here."
Well, just like I have a picture of him in front
was
of a
on
beer vending
Disney
machine
Sea.
that basically says, "Don't use this if you're under 20."
oh, okay.
And right next to it, and this is something I haven't seen since I was a kid. We didn't see a ton of them, but we saw plenty of them. is cigarette machines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And cigarette smoking is a weird thing too. Like you're not allowed to smoke on the street or anything. That's not okay. But they have smoking rooms.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Like even off of like the 7-Eleven, there'll be a room where that's where the people go.
That's
in
a
and
more
smoke
prominent
in the
cultural
room.
thing too. There are way more people smoking in Japan than there are in Oregon.
But you
Yeah,
wouldn't know it because they do. They have rooms.
their own
They're
box.
cordoned off. It's like
They're
you want to
hotboxing
smoke,
it
you
up,
go
yeah.
there. You
Yeah.
did not see people smoking on the
Oh.
streets or anything like
And
that.
it would be
well, it's
almost
clean.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's clean. And-
Very clean.
and
Super
to a
Yeah.
point. I mean, if you go into the city with a can or a bag or something, you better have a backpack to put it in because there's no public.
Yeah, there's no
garbage
trash.
cans.
What?
Yeah.
There
No.
might be some
Mm-mm.
public recycling.
You pack it
cans,
in, you
but
pack it out like you're camping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take it back to your hotel, your room,
Yep.
or your house, wherever
Yeah.
you take it, and then you do with it
Yeah,
that
when
way.
I travel abroad, I always have a backpack anyway.
Because
Yeah.
well, the sanitation and the maintenance services for the streets for the public is very
Yeah.
best way high and tight. I mean, it's
Oh,
there-
very much so.
there
And
is-
they
Because
had
there's so many of them, it has to be,
100%.
right?
There's a
here's
schedule,
something-
yeah.
Here's the weirdest thing, and I saw this everywhere, and I was like, why the fuck isn't this in every country, and especially in every freaking coffee shop? So everywhere you went, where there was like somewhere that you had to like throw your things away, whether it was a restaurant with like putting your cups and stuff
Right.
in it, wherever, there was a trash can, and then there was a liquid trash can.
Mm-hmm.
So you would pour any leftover liquid or ice into the liquid one,
Okay.
and then you would throw everything else away. And then I finally saw what's underneath because we were at a Starbucks and they had that too. They opened the cabinet and it's just this huge like jug of the liquid goes in there, and then they take it out and they take it in the back and they dump it out and they bring it back out again. And I'm like,
That's great.
what?
That's
It's
smart.
like the smartest fucking
Yeah.
thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's combustible and non-combustible.
Because
when-
clearly they burn their trash.
yeah,
Yeah.
They-
There's a
they
lot
have
of
to.
combustible.
There's
There's
They
nowhere
have-
for it
they
to go.
have to. They have
Yeah.
no land to bury
Yeah, there's
it.
no land to bury it. They're just
Well,
gonna build a new
And they
island with the
can't
trash.
keep- well, and for a while,
Yeah.
during a certain period of time,
Mm.
they were doing what some other countries have done, which is send it out to the ocean.
Send it
Yeah.
out the ocean. Yeah.
Can't
And
do that anymore.
That's not
They
good.
stopped doing that.
Yeah.
They stopped doing that. But yeah, there's that now. They have, especially with plastics. I know they're very big on the recycling of their plastics, and so they remanufacture more plastic than most most countries do because what else are you gonna do with it?
There's nowhere to put it. Yeah.
Right.
well,
So paper, sure, burn that all day,
Yeah.
day long. But plastics, it's recycled. It's gone back into the production of the other
they
facilities.
create toys and they put them into.
And they
things
send
that
them to
you go and you-
Americans
You put
and
100 yen
charge
in,
us
you
a
pull it
dollar.
right
That's
back out,
right.
and they have
Take
those
your
little
take
itsy-bitsy
take our trash home with you, Americans.
Vending
Enjoy.
machines
Take
all over the
my
place.
trash, bitch.
Clean up after yourself.
That's right.
It's not a lot to ask.
That's right.
There were so many vending machines around. It was
Wow.
ridiculous. Like the
Vending
kind you
machines
put the
everywhere.
100 yen into, it turn,
ching,
turn,
ching,
turn,
ching. Yep.
and you've got a ball, and inside
not
the
the
ball
right
it might
sound,
be
but that's
one
right.
particular toy or like a line of toys. Collect all 8, whatever. Because
Did you collect all 8?
No,
I did not collect all 8.
Absolutely not.
$95 later, I can't eat today.
Oh, look at all the little
My
kitty
stipend-
figurines I got.
Jen's going, you fucker.
He did bring home at least one kitty
Can I
figure.
ask about tattoos? Do you see any like alternative people out there with tattoos?
Not
or
very much.
Body
Nothing.
modification, piercings,
No.
They're
They're
usually
colored
covered
hair.
up if they are.
That's an American
Very,
thing.
Yeah, it's
very,
an
very
Ameri-
little of any of what you just
Yes,
described.
That's an
Yeah.
American thing.
Because it's very, and then any like I don't know what's the right word. Any diversion from that like norm is it's just like the rebellion is not there because everybody kind of conforms.
Yeah, I
It's
wouldn't
honor
say,
for that a
I
lot,
wouldn't
too.
say conform. I would say more like
Team player.
their body's a
Yeah.
temple kind of thing.
Team
Yeah,
player.
Oh, I
When-
see.
When
Okay.
we were over there, we saw so many umbrellas.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
the
they're
ladies
addicted
with
to
the
umbrellas.
They are addicted to umbrellas.
Rain or shine.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it's just like we would be like one out of like there might be one other person on the street out of like hundreds that was not carrying an umbrella when it rained.
We were the ones
Yeah,
that
it was.
were not
It was.
carrying
It felt really weird. Like at Disneyland, because it rained the day we went. It was just a sea of umbrellas.
and
was
because they're
crazy.
protecting their skin. And it's 100% that's what it is.
But yeah, in the sun, lots and lots of people carry umbrellas too. Yeah.
Well, it does sound like you guys had an amazing trip, and I can't wait to hear about the next time you go to Japan. And on that note, you guys, since being back, went to Lupulin Ecstasy this week at Fort George.
Lupulin Ecstasy.
It's our
Tell
first
us about
time. I think this
that.
was like their
was our
their
first.
ninth.
I think, yeah.
Yeah,
something
and
to
this
that
is the
effect.
first time we went. So it's supposed to be an IPA fest, but like what I was telling Ryan is it was a little weird.
Strange.
They've been doing it
What
since
is
like
going on?
2011, 2012 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's when they released the 3-way. and
Yeah.
they've been doing
Yeah.
the three-way for a long time.
Yeah, and they
Over-
did have
over
lots
the-
of IPAs, lots of hazies, and then there was a handful of what?
There were a handful of bourbon barrel-aged imperial stouts.
IPA, tons and tons of imperial stouts.
For a
Wonder-
Lupulin Fest?
Wonder what
there-
that was left over
There'd be
from.
like a 16% barrel-aged imperial,
Stout
and then
Fest.
Yeah.
yeah, there was probably 7 or 8 at least imperial
Yeah.
Weird.
But
stouts
some-
on, and then it
Dark
was
arts
the rest
going on
all
there.
just IPAs
Yeah.
everywhere.
But let's talk
We-
about the IPAs. What was
Extra
good?
aging.
So we tried to find ones that we had never heard of
Yeah.
the brewery before.
Breweries we hadn't heard of, or
I mean,
ones we hadn't had.
So
Right.
much so that I can't even remember what breweries they were. That's how unknown they were to us.
Although I was like, oh, the Ruse was really good, which of course we know Ruse.
of course, yeah.
The Ruse was
But,
delicious. The three-way was great.
There were
the,
a hell of a lot of West Coast IPAs.
That crazy one from Brewhouse though, the
Oh, yeah.
triple dry hopped hazy.
Well,
I don't
okay,
like a hazy, but
the quadruple.
oh, sorry,
dry hop
quadruple dry hopped.
hazy. I'm just saying.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come worship. And there was another one I really wanted to try, but it was one of those higher alcohol bourbon barrel aged, and what was it called? The Penitent Man Kneels.
Oh, the Penitent Man Kneels.
the
That's from
Penitent-
the
We know
Last
that-
Crusade.
Yes, that's. But I was like, but we were being very, very specific. We were like,
Yeah, we
okay.
were trying because the one thing I
There's
didn't
4
like, which I let
locations.
Chris know this when we ran into him.
Oh yeah, we saw Chris there.
Um,
Nimlewell.
yeah,
just
the-
in case
one of the owners,
anybody
but,
knows, one of the owners.
the biggest issue I had was the fact that it's expensive, although I did get to hold a baby goat. But it is, you get a glass and you get 6-ounce pours,
Oh.
which I don't want that at a
Oh,
beer festival.
no?
I want, and
No.
I told Chris, I was like, I would much rather have 12 3-ounce pours
Oh, okay.
Yes.
than 6-ounce pours.
Or 10 4-ounce pours.
Yeah, it's because Jeremy and I, we made a plan. Like, we sat down with the beer list, and it's like, what are the 12
like
we're going to get? Like,
4
6 for you, 6
locations
for
for the
me.
beer, and we're like, okay, let's.
But when you've got
Let's
over
pick our
30
12.
things to choose from, and you get to pick 6, it was just like, that.
Ah.
I'm not a fan of that.
And as a result,
I'll try
because
more
of the
things.
fact that we had 12 beers that we tried,
Uh-huh.
we were pretty sober the entire day because
Yeah, it was
we were
good.
sharing
It's
them.
easy, yeah.
Yeah, and then we
Now,
bought
Tiki
like
Bar
4
is
more
different.
tickets, but
Yeah, the Tiki Bar. Oh, that
Oh,
place.
jeez.
Ugh,
It's one of my favorite locations
oh my
in
God.
Astoria.
Oh, God.
so good.
that's a way
That's a
to end
different
your
one.
night.
That's a different
That's a
thing.
way to forget your night.
Yeah, right.
Speaking
It's
of,
pronounced Astoria, not Astoria.
it's Astoria.
Astoria.
Have you ever smelt the air there? I
it's
did.
coastal.
I did bring a beer that I wanted to share because I've learned over the years, bring less of beer to Jen and Jeremy's, bring more not beer to Jen and Jeremy's.
Yeah.
Good plan.
But I brought a beer because I was gifted it, and
Oh, this guy.
and I
This
wanted
fucking
to
guy.
share it with you guys because I
Yeah.
think you're gonna love.
He knows the rules. He
it.
tells us the rules, and then he
I
breaks the
say,
rules.
"Ah, fuck the rules.
That's all right. That's all right.
This is a 20.
He already opened it.
I did open it because I wanted it to let.
I thought we were going to take a break before we opened that.
Nope.
We haven't taken a break
That's
since the
from
very beginning.
Monkless.
Jesus.
We took one break.
Are we gonna
Yeah,
break
you-
a
we're
record?
gonna-
again?
Usually he makes us take like 6 breaks.
I know.
2 breaks.
at
We haven't
least.
gotten to the second break. yet.
6. I
don't know.
Who was
One
asking?
for each hand.
Yeah, we have 5 more breaks to go.
Right?
Only 5.
Wow.
Remember, it has to get dark.
It's
For
okay,
lights
so
to work.
it's from Monkless.
So I think this is a 2022 or 23.
It's a blue label.
It is a blue label. This is a double or nothing Belgian style double ale.
Oh, I've had that.
And I'm going to pass it around the table.
Yes, please.
Don't double in your mouth.
Double. Double it.
Get to the double.
Oh, no, I spelled.
Good job, buddy.
Spin that that way.
So it's
Well, I
high.
don't have it here.
Oh, here.
So
Oh, it popped. When I took the cork out of it, went.
it's
it
ready to
popped.
go.
Yeah, it's freshy and you're
she
gonna
said.
do it too. You fucked up.
Uh-oh.
You fucked up too.
I gotta go slow with the Belgian.
It's a double.
Freshly uncorked
Thank you.
Belgian. Yeah.
I love Monkless.
Gentle into that good night.
It's one of my favorite spots.
Did you just
and
wipe your
then-
hands on him?
Yes.
Love the Goonies shirt, by the way.
So there isn't a
Thank you, sir.
there isn't a double on draft, so I'm glad I brought one.
You're right.
By the way,
Thank you, Ryan.
By the way, if you guys want to do a double, that would be fun to do in September.
Hey.
You're doing your blonde. Shut the
I
hell
got
up.
them first.
We'll do a double blonde.
A double blonde.
Okay. I'm not opposed
A
to
double
that.
blonde.
I think that becomes something completely different.
Sorry.
Hey, you know what? I'm
That's where Stormy comes back into play.
Hey, no, we're not going back there.
Ding, 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 ding.
I mean, it is Gemini season, so
It is
the
Twins.
twins, Basil. Twins.
Twins.
Yes.
I'll
Twins.
I'll leave this on the ground.
This is so
So
Stor-
first off,
Stormy
thank you very
Lovely.
much.
Twins.
Thank you for sharing.
Oh my God, you guys.
To good friends,
Yes.
tonight is kind of special.
Cheers.
All right, Ryan, I take back every bad thing I said about you.
At least
For
today.
tonight.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I agree with you, Bronwyn.
That's great.
Monkless
Did
is
you
fantastic.
heat this up in the microwave first or something?
No.
No, okay.
What I did was take it out of my fridge and let it sit in my cooler bag so it warmed up just enough.
Which is exactly what you should do.
He put it between his legs.
I
kissed
remember.
it passionately.
We went to Monkless some years back. What?
You went, I don't know. And you moved the microphone away from your face twice trying to describe.
remember. Okay.
You idiot.
But I can't remember what we were there for. It was some kind of fest or
Beer.
something. We ended up
No
at
way.
BOCBA. That was probably
Which
the last
was
time we went to
Beer.
BOCBA.
Fucking beer.
And we went to
goldfish
Monkless because
over
we'd
here.
never been there, and we were just having a sample plate. And
Was
who
it-
walks in?
Was it their old spot at the garage, or was
Yes.
it their
Probably
new
the first
spot?
spot.
It was
Yeah.
the
Because
old
they
spot.
have
Had
a
it been old
new
spot.
spot.
Oh, I
and
haven't
it's
seen it yet.
gorgeous.
The new
Haven't
spot
seen it.
is gorgeous, but the
big.
old spot is classic and everyone
The
loves
old,
it.
yeah, the old
Yeah.
spot felt like
That's
you
what
were just
everyone
getting,
remembers.
Yeah.
getting into something cool. Like, what,
Yeah.
what
So-
did I
so-
just like
What's
stumble
gonna get
into?
poured in my glass?
So we're just sampling in a dark corner,
remember
and
who
walked in.
walks in, but
It was
it
Britney
was,
Spears?
no, it was Tanya,
Tanya Harding?
Tanya Cornett,
Tanya Cornett.
not Harding, and Ben Edmonds.
Oh, that's right. I
with
forgot
with
about
some
that.
other person I can't remember, and they're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Well, you think we're
Brooke
doing
Shields?
Yeah, we're all here for BOCBA for one last shot.
John is really stuck in the 80s right now. I don't know what's going on with him.
The dream of the '80s is
Henry
alive in
Kissinger?
Portland.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good God. All right. Well, we're gonna do the double, and then we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we have brew news, and we have the most famous of whiskeys to talk about.
Oh,
and
the most famous of whiskeys
To
is
talk
it
about
something that
and
we may
drink.
have received ourselves
but we haven't.
recently?
We didn't drink on the show, so we're all gonna drink it on the show together.
Ah, yes.
And
Where's the room?
Where's the? I don't know. Ask Nick Offerman.
Nick.
When we come back, lots more fun from the Polanders Tap Room
Oh, yes.
in Portland, Oregon.
We'll be back.
Will we?
Yeah. We're not going anywhere. I got to go pour myself another beer.
You should do that.
Cheers.
I gotta go take an hour-long dump. Hold on a second. I'm gonna be gone in the bathroom for a bit.
I'm John Paul from Paul Cigars. Everyone knows I think craft beer is awesome, but so is my huge selection of cigars. You can get all your favorite tobacco products at any one of my conveniently placed locations in Beaverton, East Vancouver, and my headquarters store on Jansen Beach. Our wide selection and helpful staff will make your visit so very satisfying. You might even want to have a beer to celebrate. So come on in and check us out. For more information, contact us at paulcigars.net.
Hi, this is the Green Goddess of Portland, here to bring interior wilding to your space. Offering local consultations, weekly plant care, pest solutions, rare plant curation and sales. This houseplant hobby has cultivated a worthy collection backed by knowledge and experience. And now I want to help you make your business beautiful. Contact Bronwyn, the Green Goddess, at greengoddessbotanic@gmail.com and Green Goddess Botanic on Instagram.
Hey, I'm Jason Boss with Brothers Cascadia Brewing, and you're listening to the Brew Happy Show.
Damien, I need more beer.
So good, guys. It is a beautiful, perfect Monday afternoon here in Portland, Oregon. High of 71. And Memorial Day, we are celebrating not only the delicious craft beers, but we're celebrating our friends in the entirety of the world who have lost their lives and given their lives to the freedom of this country, and we can't thank them enough for their service and the cost that it took to keep that service with their lives. And we thank you so much for that. So happy Memorial Day to all of you out there. And
yeah, as a veteran, it's not so much about the people that made it. It's about the ones that did not, and their sacrifice and what they believed in.
So yeah, we're celebrating a little bit on this Memorial Day with Jen and Jeremy and some delicious beers. And what do I see there? A tropical stout.
This is a tropical stout. I smell something good too.
Oh, that's a barbecue from 2 doors down.
I thought there was this lavender stuff or this
Lilac?
hibiscus.
Might be.
Lilac.
Might be. Yeah.
Lilac.
Never know.
I love lilac, especially in the springtime.
How is that tropical stout? We've talked about it on the show. We were here when we brewed it.
Yeah, the tropical stout is good as ever. I knew I was going to be having that as my second beer as soon as I walked in there, and I saw it still on tap. So, so it's been a wonderful Memorial weekend. You know, Bronwyn and I actually did some work on some breweries, doing some plant refreshes for level beer. What was it? We did level 1, level 3. Their first location and the third location, and then where else did we go?
Oh, we've just making our way around Portland, just making it a little bit greener here and there.
We did go to a bunch of different places. We
It
stopped
is
by
green time of year.
Yeah, we stopped by
Everything's green.
We stopped by our friends Threshold yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah, we went to. Well, I was working in Montevilla because I'm working on an install there, which is very exciting, and I have a current client there already. So I was working on the grapes outside of the restaurant, and Damien came over and we met at Threshold. And man, that place is so great.
Yeah, it is.
We had such great beer. What you were drinking the Piwo.
The Pivo Pilsner, yeah, the Pivo Pilsner.
Yeah.
And it's so good. I have it I have to have it every time I go there.
So good.
And
I had a goza. It was like a blackberry. It was some sort of fruited
so
goza.
Good.
It was delicious.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh, and then afterward we went to TPK.
Yeah, TPK.
Yes,
so
I fucking love TPK.
Much fun.
Both
that
of those
place.
breweries. Although Sarah and I are supposed to brew soon.
Ooh, fun.
When I go to TPK, I feel like a special sense of reverence
What's
when I walk
TPK?
in.
Yes, TPK.
Total Player Killed. It's a Dungeons and Dragons reference.
Okay.
Yeah, we went
Oh,
there
that's right.
a few months back.
That's right, I remember.
JP.
And
It's
she makes some kick-ass beer.
Yeah.
She is so good.
They do
yeah.
a fantastic job, and Dana does a really good job with the role play and the fantasy
The world
characters and the
building.
world building.
And they've come up with a great concept because through the gameplay and through the storyline there are experiences that you have in which you drink beer, and then there are the beers on tap. So you can drink the beer along with the character that are playing, the actual game.
During different roles
And
and different campaigns, they're making beers specifically
For
based
those,
off
yeah.
of. You're like, oh, we're in a woody forest in this campaign. Well, here comes your nice woody, German style. What is happening?
Jeremy's doing.
Always days.
Jeremy's doing what
Oh,
Jeremy
English
does.
smile.
He's busting out more beers
love an English
because
smile.
There you go.
Yes.
whiskey hit the table, so he had to bring out more beer. You know how
Well,
it goes.
we're about to step into the corner. So with that being said, we are going to take a little trip for the first time in a long time.
Are we going back to Whiskey Corner?
Whiskey Corner.
Hello.
This riddle, what beats pipe and fiddle, what's hotter than mustard and milder than cream? What best wets your whistle, what's clearer than crystal, sweeter than honey and stronger than steam? What can make the dumb talk, what can make the lame walk, what's the elixir of life and philosopher's stone? And what helped Mr. Brunel to dig the Thames Tunnel, sure wasn't it whiskey from Aldinishon? So stick to the crater, the best thing in nature, for sinking your sorrows and raising your joys. And boys, I'd half wonder if lightning and thunder was made from the plunder of whiskey, me boy.
That's right. Our friend John Paul of Paul Cigars, with 3 convenient locations, is the man of Scotch in the hour. And, he has brought one we talked about last week. It is the next edition in the Lagavulin series from Nick Offerman. Caribbean
Offerman.
rum cask finish, aged 11 years. And
I love that man. I love Nick Offerman.
This is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And he made a video where he doesn't have a beard, which makes him seem
No, it makes it better. I love him without beards. Yes, it's the 4th edition.
It's the 4th edition of the
It's the best one yet.
Offerman. And
it's also an honor because this week is the Isla Festival in Ireland. I mean, Isla right now in Scotland right now. So they're having this.
Which is not a short way from where the Lagavulin
Lagavulin's
factory.
on Isla, so I'm sure. I don't know which day is their day, but they have 10 days there of festival things. And this one's I have to admit, this one's a way better than average in terms of having an Isla with the rum. The rum is so. Damien needs something.
I do.
Now, Jeremy, once you sip that, I will.
Thank you.
I will protest far too much to make you go inside and grab year 1.
Pretend like your hand.
Go in and grab. You have any of year 1? Do you have some of year 1?
I do. Yeah, I absolutely do.
Yeah, we do.
Oh my God,
can
that
contrast
is
and
so
compare.
good. I
It is
love it.
lovely.
I love it so much in the rum cask finish.
I
That
know.
is so
That's really
good.
tasty.
It is so good.
It is so good.
Because it's the rum's sort of sweet.
It does.
And the Isla and the peat is sort of bitter. So they really.
Really balances it out.
Yes.
It's really smooth.
It's less bug mummy.
Yeah, this
It's
is
approachable.
Yeah, this is. It's not a punch in the face.
No.
Right. To me, I can barely taste the peat anyway.
Jesus.
So.
Again, Jen is all like.
It's a little too peaty for me, to
Really?
be honest.
It's all right. I have this. It's fine.
So no repeat for you.
I can barely taste the peat of this
Do you want me to
one,
bring
man.
out first
yeah,
edition?
please.
Okay, I'm gonna bring out first.
I need
So
extra peat.
this is now not only 4 years since its edition, but
Fourth, yeah.
another year or plus for the aging and aeration process. So Jeremy is grabbing year 1
Year
Lagavulin from Nick Offerman.
It tastes better than it smells.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
Wow. That's
Well, because the rum offsets the peat
But it
taste.
is
does,
a lot softer on the
It is,
palate.
yeah.
But it is very peaty still because it's Lagavulin.
It's not very peaty.
It's still very peaty.
It's very peaty.
Very peaty would be like 6 or 7 years.
It's 11.
I know.
It's still peaty. Still pretty peaty.
Start losing it.
When you have a preference for
You're losing
sherry,
Is it still pretty peaty?
I love the 6 to 8 year peaties.
It's less peaty than the char from last year.
Oh?
The charred cask one from last year.
Oh,
The
yeah.
rum really cuts that.
Yeah, the rum really cuts it. But
Yeah,
it's still
rum
peaty.
cuts it.
That's true.
What was the scorch?
Yeah, scorch. No, yeah, scorch.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, the
scorch.
scorch. I
The
still have some
scorch.
of that.
We
That's
still got the
our
scorch.
bag.
That's
Yeah.
our bag.
Took me a while to get through that.
Not
Oh,
the
that's
charred
fine.
cask finish from Nick Offerman.
There
Oh,
you
yeah.
go.
But that's
Well, we
still good.
also have a long row here, which has no peat.
There you go.
Oh, no
Look at
peat.
that, no peat.
That's
Peat
what
free
Offerman
zone.
wants.
Peat-free zone. This is the
No, I'll
special.
definitely try that.
This is the opening day, the 8-year-old Arosa
Peat.
cask.
Jeremy, I'll
Look
give
at
you a
You
that.
should rinse out your glass for that one.
Peat
No, I'll just
there.
get a fresh
Look
one.
at that. You get a fresh one.
Will you give me some
Or
a little
freshy,
sip of
yeah.
the long row?
Yes, long row it is.
Yes. She
Way
wants
better
the
than
long row.
way better than the short row.
Oh,
Yeah.
the short row's crap.
Yeah.
It's crap.
Yeah.
Ah,
Doesn't
That's good that you think-
doesn't get very far with the short row. The long row though,
I don't think she's gonna.
it really goes the distance.
Bet she needs that too.
The middle row?
Here, give
Oh,
me
yeah.
the
It
glass.
already smells much better.
No. No, we'll just drink that one.
There's 2 more new glasses over there.
That's good, that's good.
I brought a
here.
whole box of
Here,
oh,
hand
there,
that to
there
her.
we go.
There's the long row. That's a special. That came back
Oh
in my
gosh,
suitcase
Yes, this is where I'm
because it was a small bottle.
Okay, we're gonna take some pictures of this.
It smells sweet like
Look, it's a
caramel.
weird ass shape and everything.
Okay, so now I have year 1, which is now another 3 years older than an aerated.
Oh yeah.
This year they made a pineapple one.
Oh, pineapple.
Pineapple.
I love pineapple. I love pineapple rum.
Yeah.
That's one.
Plantation makes a pineapple bark rum that is probably one of my favorite rums, next to just the easy drinking Havana Club.
It's too bad that the rum distillery in Vegas was closed when you guys.
I
were
know,
there.
it's bullshit. We went on the
They
wrong
made-
day.
They made a pineapple
Oh, it's
rum down
totally
there that was just incredible.
Wow.
I mean, it was So good.
Okay, so Jeremy, let's talk about this real quick because I know the last time we did this was when we had year 2 and year 1 together.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And are you getting?
There's nothing special in this one. It's just a regular.
But it's been opened and aerated for
Yeah.
3 more years than the other ones.
But they didn't do an extra cask or anything on this.
Oh,
on
it's
the
so
first
good.
one.
It's so good though.
It's
Oh,
it
Or scotch, but it's there's the rum finish in there.
Yeah, it's surprising how much you can taste the rum.
I'm going back now.
and it's quite different too because well, obviously it's been aged in Caribbean rum casks, but
So much sweeter, but there's still peat there.
there's not super high alcohols in it. So
Right.
they, I think, learned the lesson on it.
Oh.
Said, Nick, you might want to
Nick Offerman
pick
said,
a
"Hey,
couple of these.
Give me
Not
less
that
of
one.
this and more of this,
Exactly. That's exactly what he said.
and I'll drink it all day long.
And a side of
wasn't too
beef.
bad.
Yeah.
He's working on it.
Give me the food my food eats.
No,
Here,
that was
another
good.
special
exactly
one. It's
right.
also with Springbank this last weekend
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
in Campbelltown, and I got a
can't wait to
cast
try
strength Springbank.
That's a nice bottle.
I'm probably not going to
This
go with
is-
that, but I'm going to
This
go with
is not peated at all. Yeah, no peat in that one.
I'm going to go over here because there's hidden gems over
There's,
here.
there's hidden gems.
There's
But-
exquisite
Oh yeah,
gems.
I got to try that one. I've got this one.
Okay.
I haven't had that one.
Can't tell the story until after everybody tries it.
Right. Gotcha.
Uh-oh. I need a new I have this glass which
You're
I'll
gonna
put,
have to get some more glasses.
No, I'll just reuse or I'll dump and reuse.
Oh, this
I
you
should
got
get
this in
water?
Japan?
Yes.
At the
Yes.
7-Eleven.
At the
What the
7-Eleven,
fuck?
But I mean, here's the thing: 7-Eleven in Japan is not 7-Eleven here.
No.
7-Eleven in Japan is where you go
you
if
know
you
what
want a
this is,
good
don't
like
ya?
to-go meal.
What is
You go to 7-Eleven.
Wow.
You can get liquor there. You can get all kinds of fun snacks there. But people go on and on. Like,
Yeah, in America,
Their egg
you go to
salad sandwich
7-Eleven
is
to eat,
famous.
You might get
and
dysentery.
it actually is really delicious. Yes, don't go there. Don't go here. Go
you know
there.
what this
No,
is?
I
The
don't know
taquitos
what it is.
might
What
be
is it?
safe, but they
I
might
know
not
what
be
it is
cooked.
before I drink it.
Okay, so John Paul's
Go
identifying the legendary scotch that we brought back from Japan.
She already knows.
It's Johnny Walker. What color?
Black.
No.
No?
I don't know what it is. It's Tomatin.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, so Johnny Walker is
Mhm.
is a Diageo group,
Yep.
and there's like a dozen distilleries
Yes.
that go into it, and like Klein Leash is my favorite,
So, but this one.
and Klein Leash is a waxy portion of it.
Mm-mm.
So this is it's not Johnny Walker, but it's from a Johnny Walker distillery, part of the Johnny Walker blend.
So Tomatin actually is used in Johnny Walker, like Johnny Walker Blue or Johnny Walker Black. Okay.
Green
Yes,
as well.
or green,
Green.
or red, or
Sure,
just,
sure.
yeah, it's just a
Like Del Yuen
component.
and all that.
That's
Yeah,
the
sure, sure.
Blue Label. There was
Blue
this,
Label is pretty good.
Mm.
Yeah, Blue Label's nice.
Do you want to know? Can anybody please give a guess as to what that cost at 7-Eleven?
In American dollars,
86.
Yes.
$86.
I would say $18.73.
Okay, what's your guess?
$41.
Okay, what's your guess?
$86.
American,
Anybody
not yen.
else? American, not yen.
Oh,
Sue?
what's the
Sue?
translation there?
What do you think, Sue?
Again, it's 3 jillion.
20
I'm gonna
bucks.
say, well, because you can get an entire sushi meal with drinks for $35.
That's true.
So I'm gonna say 13.
Mm. She's the closest.
1873. Yeah.
$10.
Now, shall I?
Go for it.
$7.36
Whoa.
for a 700 mil
To
of
get
that.
drunk?
See, I was
I
the first
mean,
one to go cheap though on that one.
No,
We
you were.
went-
You were.
We
Yeah,
went through an
you-
entire
you can
bottle of
figure
that.
out,
It was
Yeah,
like,
and in the
oh,
first week, in
I-
the first week
I
in
need
Tokyo, we
another
went
two
through a
of
whole
this.
bottle. Of course, it's a
First
small
week.
bottle.
It's very nice.
Oh, yeah.
A very easy drink.
Oh yeah, and it was so like sitting in the hotel room at the end of the evening
Yeah.
to be able to drink that for $7.
You see,
Oh
it's just
like,
my
yes,
you see, it's a
God.
700 milliliter, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
they get it from England.
Right.
It's not bottled in Japan.
Right. Yeah, makes
Try a
sense.
little of that.
So,
Oh, yeah.
And it's delightful. And speaking
We have
of,
another bottle of it
speaking
too.
of Tomatin, yeah, we have another bottle after this.
Jeremy insists on going back for another one.
Absolutely.
Did you pour some? Oh, he's taking a picture.
Yeah, I will pour some.
Okay. So
That is Johnny Walker.
check this out. Apparently they really like
Thank you
Tomatin
so
over
much
there.
for sharing.
Yeah, of
Johnny
course.
Walker, whatever. You're very welcome. There was this guy that we randomly found when we were out at was it Osaka?
That was in Osaka. Yeah, that was
Osaka.
that same liquor store where right outside the door was the beer and cigarette
drink if you're 20 or
machines
under.
side by side that were just like, if you're under 20, don't use this machine.
Right, right. And it's Legacy. I've never seen Legacy, not even when we were over in Scotland. So I haven't tried it yet, and it's unopened. So maybe we should open it.
Maybe we should bust that bad boy
Legendary
open.
Scott.
Let's do it.
Autumn stain.
So that's Legendary Scott we previously tried. So John.
No group of people we'd rather try it with.
Exactly. So now picture John
Or
has just
regret
opened,
trying it with.
that
like
too.
ripped open the bottle. He's like, "What is this?" He's looking at it. It's Tomatin.
I'll read it.
Tomatin.
Legacy, the softer side of the Highlands. It's bourbon and
The
virgin
softer
oak
side.
casks, matured in combination of ex-bourbon and
Well,
virgin
it's
oak.
made for that market.
Sure, of course, yeah. It doesn't have a fancy UK dot on it, but it's got some Japanese. on it, so.
I won't drink it.
Where's the UK dot?
Do you know? Do you know how
There's
many?
no UK
do you know how many
dot.
bottles of my house have UK dots on them?
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's
He-
it's
he gave you, like,
ridiculous.
95% of them, right?
3 or 4.
About 5 or 6.
So long, the postage was nothing.
Well, not only that, that they would send over barrels of scotch to Japan,
Ah.
and they'd bottle it there, and they say that it was Japanese whiskey because it
Oh.
was bottled in Japan.
Japan.
Oh my God.
Bastards.
I think they
Interesting.
The Scotch board
They're
or
like,
whatever.
no.
So they were fake rectifying is
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Well, you can't just bottle something and
No.
have it rectified.
Oh
you
my
have to
gosh.
do something to it.
Yeah.
So this this embottled one of my favorite barrels.
Is or is
Yes, it is.
Virgin oak?
Virgin oak. Hopefully, it's French virgin oak.
Yeah.
Allow me to
Yes.
open it for you, sir.
They make the Octomore .4s is 100% French virgin oak.
Oh, French version oak. No.
French virgin oak, which is unusual because most of the time Scotch is put in reused barrels of
Right.
everything. Reuse rum, reuse sherry, reuse bourbon. Very rarely do they use. You know why they don't use a lot of fresh barrels?
Too expensive?
Too expensive.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then they must have gone and spent some extra money to try to make Legacy.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
got it.
yes. Because that's why they use used barrels, because the bourbons can't reuse the barrels. So guess what? Bourbon barrels are really cheap. And guess what? There's a lot of bourbon barrels. And even the rum barrels. No
Well,
one
sir,
can reuse stuff.
I would like you and your lady
There
to
you go.
try the first sips.
Yes, please.
Yeah, don't pour it into something else.
Come on, John.
Do we need to rinse something?
Are you kidding? It's whiskey. You got it? It's overpowering. It's not like a subtle wine thing.
Oh, dude, just taste it.
Watch out.
It's very smooth.
It's way
It's got
smoother than I
very
thought.
like a banana note to it. It gives you that nice. It's got. It almost reminds me of a the waxy.
Really? Klein
Klein
Leash?
Leash.
Really?
Yeah.
Get a glass.
Yeah.
Well, they are partner distilleries.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned,
Because I get.
Ryan.
I taste very, very little the,
Which whisk?
the waxy, though.
You don't take. I mean, it's not
Very
a
little.
It's not a taste. It's more of a feel.
Texture.
Well,
Put
and
it
the
in your
banana,
mouth.
the banana. It's interesting you say that. I wonder if they're using like there's this German ale yeast that is used. Is it ale or is it lager? I can't remember. But when we went to Glenmorangie, whatever yeast they're using to ferment their mash is like big banana and some clove. I'm like, interesting.
That's
that
the
smells
biggest
like
way they can change things.
Yeah.
Because most everything's the same. It's the yeast that makes
it's
things
the yeast
different.
that makes it totally different. Yeah.
Because everyone uses the same barley mostly and all this water.
Also, the virgin
It's the
oak's
yeast.
gonna make a difference too.
Huh?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Virgin oak.
Gonna make a
Yes, the
difference,
virgin oak.
'cause
And-
you're not getting any taste from an ex-bourbon barrel.
Right. It's
Yeah.
just
Right.
the pure wood. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
It's delightful.
I wonder if they
I'm glad I let you buy that.
like if
I
they age
know.
it in the bourbon barrel and then the
No,
virgin
they
oak?
age both. They have them
And
there
they mix it?
and they mix it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably I don't know half and halves or something like that, but
You know, I don't think half and half in there would be good, but that's okay. And some other the beers that
Well, we got the Springbank because the Springbank weekend this last weekend.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna do the quick news and then we'll come back to more of this nonsense.
Oh my God, so many good. I can't get through them all.
So good.
That is true. We'll be right back with that. When we're going to get to the news, Rogue Ales and Spirits expands to Jacksonville, Oregon with a pop-up location. Rogue Ales Patio at the schoolhouse at historic Bingham Knoll campus in Jacksonville.
That's cool. That's cool. We can buy beer at school.
Jacksonville.
Is this like junior high?
In Oregon. Yep. It's the 7th. It will be the 7th location in the state of Oregon. And albeit a 6-month run, we'll see the brewery make its return to its roots in southern Oregon.
Is there Jacksonville in every state? I'm just like.
I was gonna say I didn't know that we had a Jacksonville in Oregon.
Oh, yeah.
Did I?
Oh, yeah. Come on. You don't drive enough in southern Oregon, do you?
Apparently not. I've lived here my whole life, and I had no idea.
There's not one in Idaho, trust me.
No, there's a Jacksonville in like North Carolina though. It's crazy.
Florida.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Florida's the one you know of. There's a one in Wyoming too?
God, that's a big flame. How many BTUs over here?
John's about to set
Like a
fire to the
goddamn
microphone.
Blowtorch over there.
I don't have a
Try
lot
that
of
now.
news, but I
Thank
have a
you,
little
sir.
news.
Fine.
Last but not least,
That's what she said.
Shh, here's your there. You got muted. There you go. Thanks for nothing. A last piece of news, and it's a cider piece, and I love them. Square Mile it releases Imperial Tropical Punch.
Did you just say you're a side piece?
Okay, there's a mute again. Imperial Tropical Punch cider with fruit flavors is now available on shelves in the Pacific Northwest. 9.1% ABV, a quality crafted hard cider, features tastes that will transport you to a tropical oasis with its enticing fruit punch flavor. This is a once-in-a-lifetime offer. Not really, but Square Mile Imperial Tropical Punch is aiming to be really fruit-forward, and this is going to bring your summers to a whole new level. And it's available in 6-pack 12-ounce cans and also 19.2 ounces.
Fruit forward, just like you.
Okay.
He's drinking too much.
He's had
whiskey.
too much whiskey. That's what happened. And that is the news brought to you by newschoolbeer.com and brewpublic.com, where we get the news of brews down your avenues. Oh.
Right? We respect you. We really do. Every once in a while, we have to have fun, Dad.
No,
He's
it's
the
totally,
principal over there.
It's totally fine.
John Paul, this thing is insane. This thing is insane.
Just real quick, just to catch you up. First off, thank you very much for listening to.
Alright, I have to give it back, or I'm just
the
gonna
news.
play with
Patreon.com/brewhappy.
Light something on fire.
Um,
I know, right?
I'm just looking at this lighter.
Yeah.
And it's more like
I'll light
a
you on fire.
scramjet. That's some danger.
That's a fatty.
That is a fatty. Hey, thanks,
That's what
honey.
she said.
So, I mean, you can't see what's going on, but basically, John Paul is punching a hole in this cigar that he's going to give to his lovely lady.
Why'd you have to make it sound like that?
I'm
why
sorry.
did you have to
No,
make it
no,
sound
I.
like that?
Jeez.
The sun went down and your brain went,
Wow. No, I was just explaining.
Hey,
I was explaining, describing what was going on.
Using
I'm-
words.
I'm a
Words,
child
words.
again. Yeah, that's okay. It's fair. What are the two beers you brought out that no one has? Oh, the Away Days.
It's
Very
Away
good,
Days.
like crazy.
English mild.
Yeah, it's an English
yeah.
mild. This
Oh,
is a 3.7.
Fantastic.
It's delightful. I was just trying to bring out like palate refreshers.
And Away Days just fucking kicks
I'm just gonna
ass.
try a little bit here, right in the.
Shit, it's really good.
I'm gonna throw this into the.
Oh,
the
wow.
legendary. There you go.
Somebody's blending now.
I'm blending.
Blender.
No,
So-
this actually went into the. Is it tomato?
Tomatin?
Tomatin.
We've been making it up. You say it how
So-
you like it.
When we
Timon
were
Hatcher
this past weekend,
Timon and Pumbaa.
when we
Yep.
yes, we stopped at Obelisk.
Oh, that's so good. I just blended that perfectly.
And this is Smithereens
on,
Best
sir.
Bitter. And this is, I think, our friend David McReynolds
what
was
a great
looking for the
guy.
Best Bitter.
Yeah, that fucking guy.
Love the can
So-
art.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
All their can art is really fantastic. That and Brewhouse. They
Yeah,
have some amazing can art.
The English mild you just handed me, I
Mm-hmm.
mixed that with the tomatin, just a little bit. It's very
Ooh,
good.
just a little bit more. Thank you.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
right there with you, Bronwyn.
That's
a little bit.
And that actually
Dip it,
sounds
dip it,
like
dip
an
it, dip it, dip it,
alcoholic
dip
to
it,
me.
dip it. Yeah.
Mixing the whiskey with the beer.
I want to get it all in one shot.
Here's
I'm
the part
just
when everybody
saying.
starts talking over.
Hey,
everyone
Damien,
else.
what's up?
Yeah, we've gotten to the part where we all get drunk enough.
We raise our hands to talk. That's
Well,
fair.
well, we do when you're talking.
I'm fine.
Yeah, you know,
You're
you
not.
don't know how to surrender the talking stick.
I know who's driving home tonight.
Look, I brought some weird ass cigars. Look what cigars I brought.
Damien's point is
Oh, Cigar City.
Cigar City.
All right.
What?
Is that from Florida?
Wow.
Yes.
Cigar City.
Yes,
Nice.
yes.
Look at that. I
That
got a
shut
few
Damien
of
up
those.
real quick. Wait,
I
what,
w-
Damien? What were you about to say?
I was just going to ask, we are at number 4 on the Nick Offerman offerings
Yes.
so
Yes.
far, right?
Yeah.
On the series. I didn't know it was going to be a series the first time. Otherwise, I wouldn't have drank all the first bottle.
I don't think he
Did we
would have
drink all
known.
the first bottle?
Yeah, the first one's
I think
Damien
we still
did.
have.
You can get all the
Yeah.
bottles.
Damien did.
Well, in that case, I'm going to go ahead and put it away.
No,
Yeah.
still put it away.
Okay, fine.
Probably
Yeah,
not
still
bad.
put
So
it
were
away,
you
yeah.
saying that
You
you
want
do
any more?
something?
No,
You
no,
put
no,
some
no.
compressed air or something in there to make
Wine gas.
Yeah,
preserve
so-
it?
Wine gas, yeah.
The same
Oh.
thing.
Takes
yeah.
the oxygen out.
And then he wraps it in wax.
Yeah, it's a mixture of like
Fascinating.
argon,
And then he sucks the
nitrogen,
air out of the
CO2.
box, and
Yep.
then he cellophanes that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Do you
and
do
then it
that
goes
with
into
all of them?
No,
Not
just
all
that
of them,
one.
no.
Just the special ones.
The ones that I don't want to age any
His
further.
victims.
That's how I'm going to effectively wrap his body. So don't worry about it. I got all the argon gas I need.
Yeah.
Wrap his body and fill it with gas.
Yeah,
And you got to suck the air out, and then you fill it with
It's
argon
like a
gas.
helium balloon.
Yeah.
We're just gonna send him up across Portland.
John, I have sadly killed this wonderful cigar that
There
you
we go.
shared
Well,
with
that
me.
was a little one.
That's right.
That
It
was
was-
a
little one, yeah.
was-
Look at that.
it was
We
a
got.
cool
You know what
one.
we have next?
Time
The
for
year
another.
of the rat.
Holy
Oh.
shit, that's
Yeah.
a big cigar.
That's a
And look,
punch.
and the top is like flatter than hell. It's like the weirdest cigar I've ever seen in my life.
That's the one you were just
Isn't it?
poking.
It's so weird. The flat top. It's like I've never seen a cigar ever
There you
like
go.
that.
It's like they actually.
John, I do have
Yeah.
to. I have a question because we talk about your
I got
three
Cigar City,
your
yeah.
3 convenient locations.
Yes.
When can we expect the transition from one location
That's a good idea.
to the other?
Good question.
End of the
I-
year?
That's a
Let's
great
just say
idea.
end of the year.
Well, we're happening. We're trying.
Okay.
I keep. I
End of
keep
summer?
getting
September.
answering questions with this county.
Labor Day.
County. They ask
Okay.
me how many employees I have.
4.
2.
3.
Close.
How many hours a week they work, and how many at any one time would they be there?
1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly, one.
There's only one every.
It's 48 hours of work, so they're going to classify me as one employee. That's it.
There you go. So those of you who don't know, John is. We've talked about it a little
One-man
bit.
show.
No, no.
We're moving from
No.
the homeless camps to
to Brothers Cascadia.
West Vancouver.
Yeah, he's going
Yes,
from Jansen
nice
Beach
parts of town.
to Hazeldale
Yeah.
in Vancouver. So he'll give him 2 stores in Washington and 1 in Beaverton in Oregon.
Outside of the Portland hellhole.
So
That'll be
guys,
fantastic.
when you get
Thanks,
to,
John.
we'll make sure and let you know
Chance
for
Beach
sure
is
when the
rough.
grand opening is. But look out, Hazeldale Market. You're gonna get a cigar shop that is far and above some of the others you've seen.
We are, and we will have events.
And tobacco. Yeah, you'll have.
We're
tobacco.
going to have events.
Yeah, you go.
I usually don't do a lot of events, but when I have a new store, I usually have to crank out the events.
Do you know why? And you know why that this is a good move? Because Mike Hunsacker from Grains of Wrath literally lives 2 blocks from your new store, so he's very excited to frequent.
Hey, right on.
Really?
And John Paul,
Yeah.
just so you know, Mike Hunsaker is a big whiskey guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sure if he went and bought some cigars, he'd be leaving with some whiskey.
Oh, that guy.
We need to have a discussion. He
I
thinks
think you
he's
and
a
Mike are
big
gonna be
whiskey guy.
friends.
He has no idea.
No,
We-
I'm
we've
just,
talked-
I'm
I'm
just
just
saying. I
telling
think
you.
the two of you are going to get along
Yeah.
quite nicely.
Well, he was on the
Yeah.
show back in January when these guys went to Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and so when we got done with the show, these two got into it about the different. And he goes, "I've never had that. I've never had that. Oh, I want to have that." And yeah, Mike got in. Mike
That's
was
right.
yeah.
I have a closet with 1,000 bottles.
Yeah.
Then I have a crawl space underneath, and then I have a attic storage
Good thing there's no
area, too.
flammables in your house.
Right?
Oh, no.
And the problem is now that they've been in the crawl space now for like over 5 years, a whole bunch of them.
You're not gonna go get them.
Well, no, I'll get them, but I'm not really sure what's down there anymore.
Probably should take it.
But
You
there's
need
a
a
lot.
spreadsheet.
But you know what else?
I have a
It's-
spotlight,
I'll tell you one
flashlight.
thing. It's going to be fantastic, whatever it is.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
It wouldn't
Sure.
be down there staying cool if it weren't.
Because you know
worth
what?
it.
I don't buy anymore because the bottles aren't as good as they used to be.
I was like, bullshit. You don't buy anymore.
He buys
Aw.
less.
Dude,
He buys
Dude,
less. He doesn't buy any
But
more.
I buy one. I buy
Oh.
1/10 of what I used to buy.
Okay, fair.
Accurate.
I was like, you
Technically
can't.
accurate.
You made it sound like you've stopped buying. I was like, that is
going
bullshit.
I just said I buy
I just
less.
have 1,000 bottles to live off of until then.
Yeah.
That's 100%
He
true.
doesn't buy hundreds of bottles. Now he buys slightly less.
Well, I can kind of relate though because
It's fair.
when I first started collecting plants,
Yeah.
it was, oh my god, I want all
Right.
these. I want to grow all these. I want to try growing all these, and maybe
It's
it
true.
was like
Yeah.
plant swapping and plant cutting and stuff like that.
Eventually get to
But
the point.
I got to the point where I'm like, well, I've been to every plant shop in like the area, and I've
sort of have
I've
most of the shit
collected
I
and
need.
grown most plants. So now it has to be very special
Right.
in order for me to spend money on it. But the difference is, I used to spend money on a lot of little cheap plants, and now
All the
it's
time, every
all the
week,
time,
every
yes.
week.
And now it's like once every quarter, I'll drop like a couple $100 on like
Something
the plant
special
I really, really want.
Seasonal stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same with me. I just bought some seasonal stuff from the Isla Festival. I just bought some Isla Festival bottles, which is
Yeah.
yes. Yes.
Envious. I'm so envious.
Yes, oily and coastal.
I can't wait to go
Oily and
back.
coastal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Isla is a place I could spend an entire month. It's
no,
so
no,
beautiful.
you can't.
No, not a
It's
month.
beautiful.
Well, why
no,
not?
trust me. Trust
I
me.
mean,
no.
there isn't even enough food
There's
options
nothing
to last
there.
a month.
No,
I mean,
okay. food
that was
options.
my
Two of
biggest.
you
that was,
probably couldn't,
honestly,
but
that
I
was my
could.
biggest issue with that place. It's like there was like,
all of England.
oh yeah.
No.
But Isla, especially, it's like, oh look,
Oh, my-
there's three restaurants. Just
Yeah, on the freaking
like,
island.
oh,
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I
That's
agree.
what-
100%.
You just make friends with the people on the island, and you throw them some money and maybe I don't know, some vegetables or something. And you
I
make
want to
a-
play
a
golf
dinner.
there.
Home
though,
cooking.
once.
Oh, I want to play
Yeah.
golf there too.
I want to play golf.
Your
I just
Taurus
worry
roots are
about the amount of
showing.
sheep poop there is.
There's a lot of sheep poop. Hey, before we get too crazy and too long-winded about
Too late.
I wanted to ask you guys because we're gonna circle back.
This
You
is
guys-
like a helicopter thing?
Yep.
Co-
The sound of a helicopter. Please don't do that again.
it is too.
Sorry.
That sounded
My
something.
apologies.
It sounds-
I
it's
don't
not-
know.
Different sound.
You all heard it, but me and Sue, we were spared. We don't have the headphones.
You guys should really be glad that you didn't have the headphones for that.
You don't turn it into a sound button on the board.
It did
Sorry,
great.
Ryan.
It did a
It
great
was something.
Anyway,
yeah.
Ryan, what were
It
you
did a great
saying?
job.
The movies, you have to be over 21 to see.
Wow.
Just
Anyway,
saying.
collabs. You guys are very popular in the collaboration scene because you love a lot of people that you work with in the beer community.
Holy cow! You know
Yes.
what that sounds like right there?
What?
They're loving a lot of people in the community.
They do.
Oh man, we're
Yeah,
all
It sounds
over.
like
we
they're
spread ourselves wide
swinging-
and far.
A swinging
How did we
club.
start
I'm
this
just
show?
saying. I'm just saying.
How did we start
no,
this
no,
show?
we're cutting that out.
No. Oh no.
Not the cold open.
No,
We're
the
not
cold
cutting out
open.
that. Yeah.
So who?
So collaborations. What do you guys
Yeah.
got going? I
Happy.
know because I prefaced our beginning of the evening going, how's the Osh body going? And you're like, and we're going move on from that. So
Osh body.
Upcoming, I need
Jeremy
to
body.
get it planned, but Sarah and I
yeah, you said
from
that
Threshold
earlier,
are going to do a collab for sure this
Shemite.
year.
Maidsky?
Can't wait.
Uh-huh.
The
And
River Beer Lady Goddess.
Yep. And then actually Ben, we've talked to Ben about doing something other than the new teleporter.
That would be fantastic.
Because while we love that one, we would think
It's
about
fun to
doing
do.
It's
something
getting
different
else.
old.
Yeah.
No, it's not getting
No
old.
way.
And actually, you talked about Hunsaker. We
Yes, it
were
is,
talking about
dude.
brewing with him,
Thank you.
and like
Speaking of
last year, we were talking
Hunsaker
about
and
brewing with him. We just
Odyssey
haven't
and-
followed
yeah.
up.
Well,
with him.
because when we talked to him in January, we were talking about his brand new production facility that's going in.
Yeah.
And then eventually they'll build a tasting room after the fact. But this
Where's
is
that going in?
right next to 5440, right
Yeah.
in the same
Yes.
block.
Oh.
And so this is really cool. After closing their Portland location, they now have this new space in Washougal, right next door to 5440.
The
The
Shug
Shug
and Swift.
and Swift, and Trapdoor right around the
Yep.
corner from that. So
It's a
it's
party over there.
really a party over there. But yeah, if you guys did a collab with Hunsaker, that would be fun.
That would be fun.
Especially if you did a killer IPA.
I'm very much looking
West
forward
Coast
to it.
IPA, something.
Very
Yeah.
much. Now let's not forget though, they're not just known for their lovely IPAs and hoppy beers, but they're also known. Yes.
Their
but
lager game is pretty.
Their lager game is strong.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind
love
doing a lager
lager.
game. Yeah.
So-
Especially if it were a very classically true style depending on the style lager.
Mhm.
Man, it'd be fucking fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, it
It'd
would be fun.
Well, look for that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And
Easy
I
to get
know
off
you
our
guys
asses
are
and do it.
you guys are always. I mean, we're high into festival season coming up. Any things you guys are looking forward?
Yeah, the Portland Craft Beer Festival is coming up.
Ba, 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 ba.
Motherfucking
Craft
4th
Beer
of July weekend.
Festival. Yes.
4th, 5th, and 6th this year. We had it in Fields Park before. It's going to be in Elizabeth Crothers Park, which is South Waterfront. And we might see there. Who knows? But it's going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't think we're doing Sunday
Wednesday,
this year.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Right, Wednesday, Friday,
Wow.
Oh.
So it's usually 4 days.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's really fun.
I'm excited for this year.
And are you guys volunteering again?
Yeah, we've been staffed for that
Volunteer.
one since year 1.
Fun.
Great.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Look for
You know-
that 4th of July week.
So good. I think tickets are already on sale.
And if you
Okay.
hear
Portland
this,
Craft Beer Festival.com.
please volunteer because we're staff and we need
We
help.
always need volunteers.
Peace out. Please go. And don't you get like beer tokens after? the
Oh
fact?
yeah, you get all the perks, and plus you get to work with us for the day. I mean, come on.
Well, and also what a great view it is from that park as well. I mean, you just have.
And of course, the staff after party is right here at the McPollanders Tap Room.
No, it's not.
No, it is not.
No, it's not.
Jeremy, no, it is not. Although
that could it be?
that reminds me, I do still need
Just
to plan.
kidding.
I promised all the volunteers from the last shift at Shebrew that we would have a thing for them in the summer here. So
We haven't. We're gonna talk about it next week. We have David, one of our other
he's
Patreon
trying to wrap
members.
it up.
We're gonna be at Vault 31 next week, so we're gonna talk to him. But I wanted to talk to you guys.
All 31 next week, huh?
Yeah, you scheduled that. I
It
did
sounds
not.
like Fallout.
Yes.
Did you watch it?
Not yet.
not yet.
Never mind.
We're reserving it.
have-
We're reserving
we're
it.
going
We
ahead
have,
and muting
and
you two
it
now.
is
Thanks.
awesome.
Thanks.
We're watching.
Yeah, you got muted.
Oh.
well.
Yeah. No. But I will say it's really good. Fallout is really good.
We want to see it. Yeah.
It
don't,
is.
we don't want to be spoiled, so.
You know what I'm not gonna watch? Is
I wanna spoil
Is
you.
the new season of The Witcher?
Not gonna watch it at all.
No, the new season of
Wait,
The
what?
Witcher.
What?
I'm not going to watch it.
We haven't watched the previous yet.
No,
so.
Henry Cavill.
Don't say
watch
anything.
it. No.
Yes.
Will do.
No. Henry
100%.
Cavill. Watch it. Yes. Liam Hemsworth. Fuck that guy. Not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it.
And you don't have to.
I am very.
And much in love
No.
with Henry
no.
Cavill.
No,
He
nope.
is.
Nope.
I have
The other way.
totally seen him touch his nipples while watching a picture of Henry Cavill before. He had his tongue out. He was kind of licking his lips a
Okay,
little.
you know what? I'm kind of there with you, right? I
Sounds like
think
my
it's-
dog.
I'm
It's
there
pretty
too.
hot,
I
too.
mean,
Yeah.
just to be totally honest.
No. Here's what I don't like, and there's a
Okay.
reason why I don't like it.
It's
Go
the
on.
costume. He prefers him in spandex.
I will mute you, but I'm holding back because I'm just hoping you'll shut up. I don't like the idea of recasting.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Ethan Hunt, played by Tom
I
Cruise,
hate
is Mission
recasting.
Impossible.
No,
if
I-
they fucking
Yeah.
great,
Yeah.
great.
I
what's his-
agree.
what's
I
his-
really, it's
Hugh
distracting.
Jackman as Wolverine is that period done. Right. So
You read the same article I did.
I did. So the fact that and contractually,
Hate recasting, too.
I hate that they weren't able to, but Henry Cavill was not recast as Geralt of Rivia for the Witcher series,
It'd
which
be so confusing.
bullshit. Fuck my
No,
shit.
no,
I
no.
don't. I
And, the,
know.
and,
It was
and the
okay.
reason
I
is
don't-
such bullshit because they fired him because he cared about the character too much because he wanted to have integrity.
Where did you hear that? No, he just
No.
walked away from it, and they said
Because they were
well,
fucking with the character so much that he was like, "That's not how the character
No.
is."
No, but-
he
no,
is
but
a fan
to be-
of the
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
the series.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's like big Warhammer 4000.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he is
He's such a big nerd.
He's such a nerd, and it's true. But at the same time, he was like, "Well, I'm not doing that." We're like, "Then you're fired," and that's kind of what happened.
I
Well,
It
and
would
that's
be
gonna
like,
be over.
I don't remember the name of the head
Bullshit.
witch with the violet
Yennefer.
eyes. Yennefer.
Yeah,
That'd be like
Yennefer.
recasting her.
Oh,
but
that would-
she's
yeah.
so unique.
It's
Yeah.
like
She
it's like
has to play that role.
it's like in fourth year recasting Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter. You dumb fuckers.
No, you do, of course, but you understand why they had to
I
recast
do
him, 'cause He said,
understand.
"Look, I'm leaving you because I'm going to be
But
Superman again."
Netflix
Wait, now
has
I'm
a
not going to be
contractual
Superman.
obligation to produce that show.
They could have
Right.
just ended it, or they could have created a new character.
They can't. There's
Yeah.
only one character. In
So
the
you're
series.
mad
Yeah,
at Liam.
but I mean, if then they just need to fucking end it anyway.
You're mad at Liam. Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
We're watching the
It's not his
Silo right
fault.
now.
It's
It's
not
very
his
good.
fault.
He's coming into
So
this.
good.
It's not his fault. He's doing the best he can.
Well, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Wait, he's
And
Chris's
that's
brother.
the end of our
I'm just
show.
kidding.
Wow. Okay.
Love everyone.
Oh my God.
You guys, we do love you, and we thank you for letting us come hang out and
Yeah.
smoke cigars and drink whiskey and
Thank you.
drink your
You're
beer.
very welcome.
And
Thank you
You
for
guys
coming.
are killer. And
Thank
Oh,
you
yeah.
for
Thanks for
inviting
traveling
us
us
to,
abroad.
to your speakeasy. This is a wonderful little spot, and we do appreciate your hospitality.
We love having you guys here.
And it's 9 o'clock. Let's get out, bitches.
We'll be
Oh,
talking to
Jesus
you
Christ, yeah, get
at
the
some
fuck
point
out.
in
I
the
gotta work in the
future about having a Patreon party here.
Maybe.
Yes.
At some point.
No, we're all in
Always.
for that.
Always.
So for your Patreon subscribers, if you heard that, you are going to be invited to a very secret special speakeasy that no one else ever gets access to.
And maybe if you join soon,
Oh,
you might be able to come
Yeah.
to the party.
That's
So
right.
maybe you
That's
should
right.
become a Patreon member.
Hurry up.
You should.
Do
I
it.
mean, it doesn't cost very much, and you could gaze upon the wonders of Jeremy's toes.
Free beer, free whiskey. You know what?
you
If
better
Damien
look that
posts
You've never
over
some
seen
there.
toes this fantastic before.
I will say for that party, everyone must have their toes painted for the attendance.
Honestly,
Oh, I like
love
that
this.
rule. I love
Brahma
that
loves-
rule.
Can I just say
She
that I
likes
do love the color?
Sandals and
Yeah,
everyone
thank
has
you.
to have their
It's
toes painted.
it's orange with gold flecks.
I love it.
Oh yeah.
You're like an eagle soaring through the sky.
I want it.
100%.
No, that's not an
You can have it. He
It-
owns that color.
Oh,
How
Yeah.
long does that take? An
Zoe.
hour?
Oh, it takes
Yeah,
about
maybe
30
an hour.
minutes.
That's
Tops. I don't
with
know.
the full pedicure.
13 minutes.
all right. Well, when I use a steel file to whittle down my
coming
No,
all-
they've
my
got the
eagle
steel
talons
files.
on my
We're
on my
coming
on my,
full
on my
circle
feet
on how this
here.
started. Good
Yeah.
God.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry, they'll soak you first. You'll be fine.
You'll
Thanks.
be fine. You'll be nice and wet.
I just want to be pampered.
Jen, Jeremy, you guys are the best, and we love
Yeah.
you, and thank
Thank
you
you so much
And,
for having
you.
us.
Yeah, that's we're done. We're
I think
done now.
yeah, I think that's a show, guys. As always, listener.
Maybe.
We love you. We
Calm
appreciate
down.
you tuning in and listening to our madness. We may do an overpour. We haven't quite decided. Check out the Patreon page for more tidbits and behind the scenes little gifts that we like to drop for you. For the rest of you guys out there, guys and gals in the brewing community, in the Brewniverse abroad, we love you, and we don't just love you. We don't just like you. We love you, and we want to have a beer with you. I have had more than a beer though here at the McPolliners Tap Room. This fantastic speakeasy in the sky. So many spirits. So many spirits. All right. Yeah, we're not in the Sky Lounge. I feel like I'm in the sky. But until
You
next week.
drunk asshole. Just close the show.
Well, stop interrupting me.
We don't just like
Until
you, we
next
love
week, beer
you.
fans, keep brewing, but brew happy. Cheers.
This production is brought to you by Brew Happy Media, the ultimate brewers media resource. For more information, go to thebrewhappyshow.com and brewhappypodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube at Brew Happy. For more cigar pairings, please check out our sponsor, paulcigars.net. Questions, concerns, advertising, or guest relations, please reach us at brewhappypdx@gmail.com. Remember, brew happy, drink responsibly. Cheers.
It will. No, I don't know how to tell you this. It's called Clark Phillip.
Damien, I need more beer.